All right, go live. Okay, great. We are now streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So if you are a dedicated Twitcher and tuber, by all means, please report for duty. Again, your checks will be in the mail at the end of the year. They'll be in the mail at the end of the year. All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for being with me on this magnificent Monday. I am back from vacation. No more like weird streams with odd lighting and all that crap. All right. Thank you so much for being here because as you know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me. So while you are here, do me a huge favor and let's do all of the good things. Let's tap, tap, tap that screen, share the live within reason, no spam sharing. All right. And also, guys, let's continue to knock out the gift goals. Also, no daily donation goal tonight. It's just if you do want to show love via the pay links, by all means, they are available in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. All right. It's right here on your screen. Everything with Erica, PayPal and Venmo. And I also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. I thank you all so, so very much for your love, your support, your encouragement, and most definitely your engagement. All right, so let's see what we have going on here, and we are going to go from there. All right, let's see. What an appropriate name this person has.
What's up?
Hello, MAGA. How are you?
Shut the fuck up. Let's debate.
Really? Is that how you want to live your life, sir?
Come on, let's
Is
debate.
that really how you want to live your life?
Come on, you're scared. Come on.
Is that how you really want to live your life? You can answer that question. Let me know. Do you want to start over? It is?
No, I don't.
Okay, go live it elsewhere then. Fuck you. All right, guys. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Share the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things. The fuck you know what this was? Whoa. It's giving. It never grew. What the fuck? Okay, anywho, guys. Anywho, that was what a way to start the show. What a way. Weirdos, man. They're so weird. They are just so strange people. All right. Hi. I think your name has shoes in it. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. You sound very familiar.
I'm familiar to a lot of people in this world.
You sound familiar. What other name did you go by?
Oh, Ty. I changed my
I
name.
thought so. I really did think. I thought so. I knew it. I knew it. What's up, Ty? What do you want?
I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
I want you to hold your breath.
Okay.
Inhale. Take a very, very deep breath.
Okay.
Right, pull it all the way up.
Okay.
And right when you can't hold anymore, right before you release, I want you to do this, right? Do not exhale until Black people get reparations, all right?
I believe I
Get the fuck out.
Hector, I remember you do not like that guy.
He's a sack of shit and he lies to everyone who comes up on the panel.
I think, isn't he like doing a whole like apology tour or something weird? Like,
yeah,
he's
and
going
then
around
flip-flopping. He was just in my live being the same piece of shit he always has. Oh shit, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That is something. All right. Did you want to do the co-hosting thing now, or are you going to come back?
Oh yeah, I'm on. I'm so good.
Oh, okay, bet. All right. So let me do this thing here. All right, guys. So Hector is going to hang out with me tonight.
Unless you wanted to wait on ups, because I don't know if more people up here could scale.
They don't like to come up here anyways. Are you turning your camera on tonight?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. There's an echo blue canary. All right, let me try to fix this. Okay, is that better, guys? Is that better? I hope so.
I'm pretty sure it was me.
Okay. And yes, Malik, I had fun. It was super fun. Definitely fun. I think what I'll do is once I decide to stop lollygagging, I'll post some stuff in the Discord. I like to said he had to put his makeup on. Yes, he has to shine his head. All right. I think what I'm gonna do is I like to post stuff in random channels throughout the Discord. He said, watch it. And see like whoever finds it because it's like different channels and like I just post it in there and then we'll see what happens. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you should explore the Discord. That's what you should do. So yeah. And speaking of the Discord, all right, if you're a sub and you're not in the Discord, I need you to get into the Discord. All right. It is quiet uptown. However, it's still fun. All right. They learned the other day that I do not like pickles. I actually don't like pickles at all. But I want to talk about Trump. Leah, oh, thank you so much for extending your sub, babes. I appreciate you. All right, drop some hearts in the chat for Leah. That is awesome. All right. Okay, guys. So Trump. Trump wants to do two things. He's trying to do two things. The Supreme Court has allowed him to revoke temporary protected status for 500,000 immigrants. Haiti, Venezuela. Hey, Jess. Drop some coconuts in the chat for Jessica Simone. Hey, Corey. And I saw you, Sunkiss. All right. Kendrick was absolutely awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Him and SZA put on a great show. I know, but they didn't do two of the songs that I wanted to hear. They didn't do the Heart Part 6, if I remember correctly, and they didn't do Gen and X, unless it was the moment that I was under the influence. I don't remember. I have a lot of video though. All right, but yeah, Kendrick was pretty darn going awesome. I sweated out my blowout. I gotta talk to Miss Deb and see if she can fix it for me. But removing the temporary status from those 500,000 immigrants is absolutely awful because it's going to make them what, in Trump's world, they call illegal aliens. All right. They're going to face the risk of deportation if they're not able to basically obtain citizenship. And this is the United States of America. That is not an easy task to actually do. Thank you, Olive. I love that GIF. It's so pretty. That's not an easy task to do. So I do worry because these people have families, they have jobs. They have established a life here in the United States for years, and now they're having to be uprooted. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And some things are just objectively bad. I don't know what Hector is doing. I don't know what Hector's doing. But
Just cleaning my camera. I got coconut oil on it.
Oh, what you doing? You moisturizing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Got a shea
Love you
butter
too,
and
Olive.
coconut oil mix that I do.
I know that's right. I can't remember what it is, but the Rihanna stuff, the Fenty stuff, it has shea butter and something else in it, but it's not coconut.
I knew Jessica was gonna do that. I knew she was gonna do that.
What did she do? I don't know. Coconut oil. Oh yeah, very interesting. What are you doing with that? Oh, someone said no, Diddy. That's crazy. But yes, if you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, go ahead and request up so that we can have a talk about how he is fooling all of you. Hey, Manda. Hey, love. You were here last night, and I tried to get you to talk. You didn't talk. Thank you, Manny. All right, but yeah, I also the federal employees. Okay, Hector. So here's what I was saying earlier. So my ex, I can never remember which one. He works for either the Department of Defense, like specifically them, and I know Homeland Security is a part of that, but it's one of those that he works for, right? And they get a $10,000 basically like stipend a year where they can pay towards student loans, but it's their money. So it's like it's included in their check. And Donald Trump, he has cut that program for them, right? However, my ex did tell me that he was informed that certain people,
thank you, Sky,
did receive the $10,000 this year. If you don't know what this means white people. Yeah.
It's the paler part. I put two and two together.
Oh, okay. I just make sure you knew. But yeah, that's what's being told. And I'm like, wow, so Trump is really out here practicing the racism, huh?
Blatantly.
Yeah.
Blatantly.
And I asked him, I said, well, can you guys sue? Can you guys sue? And he was like, no, the Department of Justice is up Trump's ass. He was like, there would be no point. They would get absolutely nowhere with it. So
damn.
Yeah. It's quite awful. I don't know what to say about that.
What's crazy is another way they show their racism is with Obama. That damn ACLU report that they throw around showing, oh, he deported this much people too, expedited removals. They don't talk about 44% of it was expedited and then 39% of them came right back. They don't talk about the fact that Obama prioritized people within the first 2 weeks of crossing. He deport
Yep.
them. That makes sense. You don't have a life established here, family, bank accounts, and all that stuff. And I think the maximum he tried to do was within 2 years, which again is still kind of rough, but that's better than 20-year immigrants that you're going
Yes.
after and their children who are
Exactly.
legal citizens here. So they're not
Yeah.
the same.
Exactly. It's just, hey, Papa. It's literally, how can I put this? The best way to put it is that he's a liar. He's a liar. And the reason why I said, you of course know that he's a liar, but I say that he's a liar because the main thing that he campaigned on was getting rid of the criminals. And from day one, he didn't go after criminals. He didn't. He went after everyday people. He went after women and children. Remember Colombia? The plane to Colombia had pregnant women on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, they're definitely criminals. So I don't understand. And I think some things are just objectively like bad. And so what I don't understand is how people can actually support it. How you can support uprooting someone's life and sending them. Most of these people are not even being sent back home. They're being sent to lands unknown. Like
Which is, I thought, was the one thing you couldn't do, like when you were deporting them, or at least with what's his name I was thinking of. Like, how are you going to deport them back to a country that they were fleeing from?
Bubba's screaming. I don't know what he's screaming
Always talking about the bad, talk about the good. Sure, I have been
What's
waiting
the
quite
good?
some time to find out what good Donald Trump has done. Maybe you can elaborate.
Yes, please tell us what good is he actually doing? Because as far as we know, there's been nothing good to come out of this administration thus far.
One of the best things Donald Trump does on a daily basis is take hour breaks before he tweets again. Like,
Exactly. We can only pray that he goes to sleep. We can only pray. And then also, I was about to say, we can only pray that he takes the long nap. I mean, just somebody had to say it. But yeah, so I want to know, MAGA. All right. I really want to know. I just want to know, what are your thoughts on this? Are you just here for the cruelty, or can you properly explain to us, why Donald Trump is doing the things that he is doing, why he is ruining people's lives? Oh, like the Vietnamese immigrants, they were deported to somewhere like in it wasn't Senegal, it was like Sudan or something like that.
are you serious?
Yes, and now they're held up over there because the Supreme Court told him that that wasn't okay.
I did not know about that. Hold up. Let's see.
Christy Norm is outside my door right now as well, Malik. Yep, South Sudan. Yep. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, guys. So we got our real first guest, I'm hoping. All right. And so while they're here, please tap the screen, share the live. Let's keep doing all of the awesome things. I'll go ahead and reset the gift goal. All right. As you all know, I love sunshine. Like, one thing I'm going to do is get a tan. I'm going to get me a tan. All right. So I'm going to set the gift to the suns and we'll see what happens. All right. This is Summer Sun. I'm in Arizona.
South Sudan, you were right.
Yep. So there's that. So guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Show Hector some love. And if you are not following Hector, by all means, please do. He's absolutely awesome. He puts on a great live himself. And also, ladies,
Don't.
just kidding. I'm not going to say that. I stopped myself.
No comment.
All right.
Real
Hey,
quick, y'all want to see my favorite picture?
Oh my God, what is that? Why does it exist?
That black guy looks like justice to me. Anyway, carry on.
Dan said that Elon Musk goes to the gym and they ask him what he worked on. He says ribs. Ribs. his rib cage is fucking huge. Okay, ribs. It's ribs day. All right. Anywho, hey, Real Talk.
Hello, Erica. Thank you for having me.
Of course, love. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You want to tell us why you did that?
Well, I got a question first, if you don't care. You said there was people getting $10,000 on their check, and only the white people was getting them, and they was turning everybody else down. Have you got any articles or anything you can show us where it's happening?
Hey, did you hear the whole thing? Did you hear the whole thing that I said? Did you hear the whole thing? Do
Maybe
you
I
want me to?
didn't.
Okay,
What
I'll
part
repeat it for
would I
you.
miss?
I'll repeat it for you. I was talking to my ex who works for the Department of Defense or it's Homeland Security. I never remember which one it is.
Okay.
And he was saying how his income has been cut by $10,000. I say, how did that happen? He talks about the student loan repayment that they receive. And I said, oh, okay, what happened? He said that Trump cut the program. However, he was informed by a higher up that people still did receive it. And the higher up, I'm added this part on. He also said that the higher up wasn't aware or understood why they could receive it, but certain other people couldn't.
So what
All
you're
right.
basically telling me is your
It's,
ex told
it's
you
called
something.
an anecdotal experience, and it's
Right.
not something that can be
Right.
confirmed.
So your ex told you something you know that's misinformation and a
How do you
lie,
know that it's
and you are
misinformation and a
spreading it,
lie?
and
How do
you
you
are
know it's misinformation and a lie? Do you work for the Department of Defense?
and
If
you are
so, what's your
spreading
pay
it and
grade?
giving misinformation to everybody.
Hey, real
'Cause
talk.
if it was
Hey,
true,
real
you pull
talk.
some articles up
If
and show everybody.
do you work for the department? Hey, Miss Gina, do you work for the Department of Defense or for Homeland Security? Yes or no? You can come off mute to answer. I just want to hear you say yes or no.
No, but if it was
Oh,
happening on
okay.
the
All
inside, there would
right
be
then. So
articles
how do you
showing
know
that
what
it's
happens
happening.
internally there?
Don't you think if it was really
How
happening,
do
people would
you
put
know
articles
what
out there to
happens
show it's true?
internally there? That's all I'm asking you, sir. Is how do
All
you
she
know what
said is what he
happens?
told her.
Exactly. I didn't
If it was really
say that it
happening,
was
there would be
true or
some
anything of
kind of
that nature.
articles or news reporting on it.
Is this how you want to live the rest of your life, sir? Is this
What,
is this
lying
what
to
you want to
people?
do?
No,
Do
I
you
don't
want
want to
to
be up
actually
there
talk
lying
about
to
how Donald
people
Trump
and
is
making
duping
up
you and making
stories
you
that
look the
ain't true.
fool?
I don't want to do that, ma'am.
Is that what you want to do? Do you want to talk about how Donald Trump is making you look stupid because
What,
you've been
by
duped?
making me look stupid by making up stories and lying to
No
people
one's
and
making
trying
up
to get them
I'm
to
sorry.
believe
Your
it? Yeah,
voice,
he's making me look stupid.
makes me want to mock you. So I'm gonna try not to.
I understand. I know
Okay,
y'all
all
got
right.
a
At least you know.
insults and lies.
Oh
I
my God,
understand.
Diva, you're right. It is Tomater. That's who he reminds me of. Are
Go
you
ahead
using a
and
sound
insult me, ma'am.
machine?
I appreciate it. I mean,
Are
you
you
done
using
made
a
up your stories. You can go to
Are you
insult.
using a sound machine?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, all
Insult.
right.
So
So you've
how the
been duped.
Democrat
Real
Party
talk.
stands.
You've been you've been duped.
Any
sir.
more stories you gonna make up and then say there's no facts behind
Hi,
it?
Larry.
Mr.
Hector,
Real
why is
Talk,
this happening?
I
Do you
don't know
think I could
what you
insult
missed
you, or
about what she
do you
said.
think I'm better
She
than
said
you?
she was having a conversation with her
I
ex
won't-
where he told her
I
this
won't come to your
story.
level, will
She
I?
never said it was a fact. She never said, take my word for it, they're doing this. She simply told the story. And you got in your
Correct.
feelings because all you heard was white people bad.
No, it's what I'm hearing is she's making up lies and
Are
trying to
you
justify
always this
them, man.
fragile?
You
think you
know
might
that
be.
it was a lie.
How would she know it's a lie as she never even cited it to be truth? She was just telling you what someone told her. And since you want to make the argument of, oh, there's no article on it, as if you even looked. Last I checked, there's no article on Biden having dementia either, but y'all believe that shit.
Brother, nobody knows for sure.
Don't call
he's
me
got
brother.
dementia.
I'm not your brother.
Okay. So now you can go to insulting.
I said, don't call me
Brother.
Damn, you take offense to everything,
Everything.
don't
So
you?
you
Is
want
everything
me to call
okay,
you something
Snowflake?
rude, correct?
Damn.
Or
Is
you want me
everything
to call you
okay?
something rude?
You can just say, sir. You can say, well, I was about to say boy. Why was I about to say boy?
Maybe
Boy.
I don't think it's right for
Bruh,
me.
calm
Y'all are too
down.
polite for me, so I'm just gonna be rude and step out.
I'm gonna be rude. Okay, I'm sorry. It's your
Y'all are
voice.
too
It makes me
polite.
want to do that. I
yeah.
gotta stop.
Okay, cool. So, anyways, sir,
He's gone.
again,
He's skedaddled.
run like
One
that.
moment.
Jesus. I said, don't call me brother. Homie got mad.
We're all brothers under God. His voice, man, I
Not
couldn't
their
take
God.
I know I couldn't take his voice seriously. It drove me insane. I love when they do that though. They like harp on one thing because they can't talk about anything else. They can't defend the indefensible. So they talk about one thing and it's like, I'm gonna stick to this. I'm sticking to this. We're not moving away from this, Hector. No, we're not. Okay, brother.
Don't do that.
Okay, brother. That's what we're doing. What the hell was you
Y'all.
doing? About to say boy. What?
Saying "don't call me brother" is an insult now. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is. When you are soft as cotton candy, to keep it, simple, then yes, saying don't call, telling me not to do anything is gonna hurt my feelings. So there's that.
Start sending out invites.
Do it. See what happens. I hope you all, hey Falcon, I hope you all have the testicular fortitude. Sometimes saying testicular is like a tongue twister. Testicular fortitude to request up. All right, come on up, have a conversation. These are just talks, but try to, stick to the subject because y'all get odd. All right, talk to the people, Hector.
We have 275 people in the live right now. I think we can do 50K likes, and I absolutely know we can do 50K likes. So go ahead and get your fingers out those dark places and double tap that screen. Also, there's only 19 shares. Y'all know how this goes. Come on now, share out the live to your friends and family or your local friend ops. You know what I've noticed? A couple creators and friendlies on here have like pet ops. It's real weird. Send it out to your pet ops. Send them out. I don't know why you have pet ops, but go ahead and send them out to them. All right, let's get them shares up. I think we can do 50. So that means 30 more people, which should be easy with the amount of people in this live. If you haven't sent your daily heart meals already, that it costs 1 TikTok coin. Donald Trump's economy is that bad. Not that bad, at least not yet. So go ahead and send your daily heart meals and make sure you claim the rewards that comes with that as well. So you can rank up in the thing and get cool badges and stuff that no one cares about. Appreciate you, Summer Grow, for the 7-month subscription. Let's go. If we can get some W's in the chat for Summer. And then Eric's is going to do her thing in a second.
You get the song. Oh my gosh. I'm helping Bubba with his iPad. Y'all know how he feels about his iPad. You get the song. Oh my God. Summer, drop some hearts in the chat for Summer, y'all. I need to see those hearts. Yes. And if you too want to be a sub, by all means, click that star next to the chat bar. As a sub, you get access to a monthly drop. If you're not feeling the op, you can drop. Also, you get access to a 10-minute co-hosting position where you can come up and you can co-host with me and talk to these maggots. Also, you get access to our amazing Discord. It is quiet uptown. I like it that way, and we're going to keep it that way. All right. But thank you so much, Summer. I appreciate you, love. All right. Oh, God, you're still a sub, Larry? All right. What's that, Bubs?
I
Hey,
have
Diva,
something
thank you so much.
interesting for y'all today.
Ooh, tell us.
And I'm learning as I go. So the acting head of FEMA, or the administrator, which is appointed by the President of the United States, in a press briefing said he wasn't aware that U.S. has a hurricane season today. In light of what's been going on with the weather around the world, I think that's a crazy statement for the head of FEMA to make. But I'll read it as follows. Staff of the Federal Emergency Management Agency were confused and dispirited on Monday after the acting head of the agency said during a daily briefing that he had not been aware the country has a hurricane season, according to 3 sources familiar with the meeting. The remark was made by David Richardson at the conclusion of an 8:30 a.m. daily operational briefing, typically attended by hundreds of FEMA staffers and interagency partners. Reuters was first to report the comment. He was a former Marine Corps officer. He started in May, again, appointed by Trump's administration. It's just...
Thank you, Addie.
Like, I just want one person in his administration, one person alone that I can have faith in. That's all I ask. Just one.
That's a lot to ask for. Why are you even doing it?
I don't even know. Like, I feel like in every administration, even the worst ones, you can find some people that are holding back the line. And in this one, the closest thing I have is Josh Hawley. And that's not a compliment at all to him or this administration.
They're all awful. Why are you so optimistic?
You know what? That's one of my faults. I need to go back to my pessimistic self. I used to be all...
What is it that
screw
you be
everybody.
on? You be
I
on
became a
that
lib.
ashwagandha? What is it called?
All this time. Okay. Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Got it.
You be on that shit. And so
You be saying the Oshawa, and it's like, where the Oshawa come from?
I don't know. I'm never looking at it. I'm just trying to go off of memory when I say it. So ashwagandha.
I don't even think I can still spell it, to be honest. Hold up.
Yeah, you can't. None of us can. Unless
see
you
if I can
take it
spell
like every single day. Then that'd be like the only way you can.
It doesn't matter. I read the bottle, makes no difference. I can't.
There you go.
It's a complicated word. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah. While you do that, I think that with them predicting that this is going to be a high activity hurricane season. Oh boy, you scared me. See what happened. All right, with this being predicted to be a high activity hurricane season, I am afraid that a lot of people are going to lose their lives. Like they're going to lose their life, and because just in Mississippi, also in Georgia, they had storms come through. Oh, guys, I have another anecdote. I don't mean to say it that way, but I hope no one asked me for an article about this. I just learned that a friend of my aunt, his nephew, passed away in the storms that went through Georgia a few weeks ago. Yeah, he passed away. He unfortunately was homeless. He was unhoused, and a tree fell on his tent, sadly. And they didn't because they don't have rescue out there trying to find people. His son found him days later. It's so bad. It's that fucking bad, Hector. And then if you God, if this stuff happened under Joe Biden or any other person other than Trump, these would be nightly topics that we actually talk about. Like they would literally come on these panels, it would be on the news, they would literally just talk about how bad of a job Biden is doing. And why isn't Biden helping? But because it's Trump, it doesn't get talked about. And these are human beings who have lost their lives because of his ineptitude. These are families that are suffering because of it. Again, Hector, I keep going back to there are objectively bad things, and Trump is objectively bad.
I don't know if Trump supporters know what the definition of objective is or subjective for
That's
that
true.
matter. Because that's what I thought. Like when I host my common ground lives, I'm like, okay, this should be easy. The whole purpose of someone coming up and you can nitpick. You can pick at something that typically everyone agrees on. Easy crap like protecting kids, except they do it in the weirdest way. And they'll still come up and be like, we can all agree that brown people bad. Well, Jesus. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know what you're supposed to do. What do you mean all brown? How are all brown people bad? Like what? Do you know all brown people?
Two oppressed TikTok grifters. I'll tell you what.
Let's
can come
grift
up and
some
show
more.
us just how oppressed we are. How about that?
Hey guys, we're in a subway. We have about 9 minutes left in our subwave. All right. So with the subwave going on, please, I only need 2 more subs to reach the 5 that are needed. And then we get like a cool sticker. Also, I think we have 65 more of the suns to go. So I know we can knock those out. Also, I haven't heard Hector say thank you, and I definitely haven't said thank you. Pay links are in the bio. I know I'm everything with Erica, PayPal, and Venmo if you want to show love. Hector, what's yours? I know they're in the bio, but what is it?
Oh, yes. Appreciate y'all. It's my username, Hector Talks with 2 R's, Hector Talks with 2 R's. But I'll tell you what, I'm big on if you support me, I support you. A great way to support me and get something for yourself is checking out the shop and the link in the link tree in my bio.
Yes.
Where if you see what's on my background here, this is on merchandise, several pieces. And then I'm wearing the Ten Commandments shirt just today. I fucking love it, y'all. So you can check out the shop and support your boy and yourself that way.
Yes. Hey, I have a question for you though, because I did miss it. How come the Kamala with Never hat isn't available?
Okay, so this hat that I get is from a different shop. That's a completely different process than what I have currently up. I do have some hats up there now, but it's not Kamala with Never.
Okay.
I prefer these hats in terms of style. The other ones are fine, but I think these ones are better. So I'll be ordering these for myself. And I actually just told my followers today I will order them all manually if they want. But I'll probably get this Kamala with Never up on that shop in a bit. I just prefer these hats. That's all it is.
Okay, understandable. I'm looking forward to the Kamala with Never hat.
That one.
I want it.
Fair.
Yeah,
it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Soon enough. If I have to bring out the cap and the hoodie and turn into a white liberal man and jump up and down in a chair and say thank you, I will. I am not above doing something strange for some change. All right. So anywho, yeah. So this hurricane season coming up, definitely fear for people. I with Noah being dismantled. Hey Athena. With Noah being dismantled, how Trump wants it to be. I fear that people aren't going to get the alerts that they need in order to get out of Dodge. They're not going to know that they need to stock up, what they need to do to stay safe. And I know that these people live in these areas, but guys, y'all don't know how how much, especially coming like from a place like Virginia and being by the water, how much we lean on those alerts to know the severity of these storms that are coming through. Because it's like, oh, they say it's a category 2, then it's like, okay, cool, whatever. Like you got a category 2 coming through. All right, just make sure you got some water and some food, you good. But it's a category 5 coming through. All right, we need to go like, okay, who do we know in Illinois or Ohio? Like, who do we know? We have to get out of here. But it doesn't. That's I pray for people. That's it.
You got
This
some
system.
interesting folks in the comments.
Oh, not Slayer. Hey, young man.
What's up?
How you doing tonight?
You know me, I'm chilling. I'm about to go to the gym. What's up?
Why you got a white hood on your character?
Oh, because your side of the aisle calls me anti-black all the time, so I just decided to lean into the character.
I would like to introduce you to. All right. All right. So, Hector, this is Slayer. Slayer, this is Hector.
What's poppin'?
Slayer is not MAGA, but he did vote for Trump. And you two are going to talk to each other because I'm just here to facilitate at this point.
That's cool. I got like 20 minutes just so everybody knows, but
You probably won't last that long. So let me get this straight. When people call you something you don't like,
your
instead
hairline?
of self-reflecting on how said thing may actually be true, your next thought process is to embrace it.
Yeah, it's just like the N-word, right? Black people recoin that word because we
that
didn't
is
want
a
to enforce it.
completely different thing.
Aw, it's completely different. How so?
It's completely different because the N-word, while used by our oppressors to oppress us in derogatory fashions, it can be owned up in a different fashion than such as a whitey hood. The whitey hood, which goes with a whole organization that is dedicated to our downfall, whereas the word was just a slur. An aggressive slur, I'll say that, sure.
They put action behind the word.
Yeah.
Okay, they're just words, and
they
now we
made
have
that
access
word
to
violent.
Right,
well,
we
they
have
contributed
access
to the
2A.
violence of that word.
Okay, now you want to say they're just words. Great. That hoodie is a little bit more than that.
Yeah, it's me recoining what you guys think is fear.
I'm sorry. Are you taking back the hood for the progression of black people?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Your bio says very anti-black, neo-paleo-conservative. So yeah, I think that's a little bit contradictory.
It's not contradictory.
Explain to me how it's not.
I don't know which part that you think is contradictory. I'm not a full-on paleo-conservative because I don't believe in some parts being non-interventionalist.
Big words. Just talk to me like I'm 5. Elaborate.
There are certain aspects of paleo-conservatism from Pat Buchanan.
What is paleo-conservatism? I think that was a better question. I should have asked that.
It's basically the foundation of conservatism. It's the most staunch group of conservatives that you can be. I'm against multiculturalism, very staunch on stronger immigration.
Against multiculturalism?
Yeah. I'm 100% against multiculturalism.
What do you think multiculturalism is?
It is the unification of all cultures into one specified area or region, which leads to the erosion of American principles.
So the United States?
No, the United States is not multicultural.
It quite literally is.
No, we have various different ethnic groups, but we are not multicultural.
Expound on that one, Slayer, because how do you say that? It's the melting pot, babes. So expound, please.
Sure. Sorry, 1 second. My little brother called.
Good. I told you you're gonna have fun.
Sorry, I'm back. My bad. What's up? Sorry, can you remind me what the question was?
Sure. Why is the U.S. not multicultural?
Yeah, so the reason why the US is not multicultural is because we do have immigration regulations put into place. We also have the Constitution, which empowers us to have separation between cultures, right? We have the separation between church and state and the regulation of the
What does the what does the Constitution have to do with separating or dividing, diminishing multiculturalism?
Right. So, do we celebrate any sort of like nationalized holiday for different various cultures? Like, for
Yes.
instance, okay. So, do we what Muslim culture do we celebrate in the United States as a federal holiday?
It's recognized, like Ramadan is recognized. Also, Hanukkah is recognized.
Is it federally recognized as a day that people can take off of work?
That doesn't make any sense. I think that's kind of reductive.
That's
also.
how No, it's not reductive. That's how multicultural.
It doesn't have to be federal for it to be multicultural.
And it is federally recognized in the sense that those who do practice Ramadan, those who do, practice Hanukkah, and there's other days also throughout the year that they're able to take off those days from work. So they're able to take off PTO.
Those are individuals, but it's not federally recognized across the board for all Americans.
If you don't allow people to take off their time for Ramadan, then you would be in violation of federal policy, would you not?
What federal policy
Pretty sure it'd be like equal.
That Ramadan is a federally recognized holiday.
I'm gonna look it up for you. You have to be in violation of something, but Hector, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say that it's some type of religious. You get like a religious exemption essentially, but don't quote me on it. You've been saying a lot of things that are so blatantly wrong. How in the world is the separation of church and state anti-multiculturalism?
What's been blatantly wrong, Hector?
A couple of things you said, including the question I just asked you with the point you just made.
No. Just restate what I said that was blatantly wrong.
Separation of church and state has nothing to do with multiculturalism.
Okay, so if we had if we didn't have that clause put into place, right, and we had everybody running loose in the Congress making laws specifically for each various religion, would that not be evidence of multiculturalism taking place?
What?
So
I don't
let's
know.
circle back.
I'm not speaking like a foreign language, I promise you.
Yeah, you're just speaking gibberish, and I'm having trouble putting it together. So multiculturalism to you would be every single holiday and thing by every single culture and religion being recognized in the government?
That is quite literally how multiculturalism
they
would
are
be recognized.
Acknowledged, but first off, in general, no society can do that. If it's mixed, if it has different people in there, because then we'd be too busy nitpicking everyone's shit. That's just not efficient.
No, we have the Constitution, which quite literally outlines that Congress can't make any laws for any specified religion or establish a national religion, correct?
That would be the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other nation has a documentation like the U.S. Constitution, which quite literally establishes the fact that the government should remain out of religion and stay mostly secular?
For the purpose of respecting and upholding the multiple cultures and religions in the United States, which I will argue is supporting multiculturalism, just not to the degree that you're putting it, which is federal.
Okay, well then if you would like us to compromise there, we can, but like what I'm recognizing is federally.
Well, federal is, again,
South
federal is
Korean.
just wrong metric to say that we are or not.
South Korea. Wait, what about South Korea?
I looked it up. They said that the South Korean Constitution also mandates a separation between church and state. So they're not able, they basically make the distinction also.
Yeah,
You
so
asked for another
just us in South Korea, basically.
Yeah, you asked for another one. I'm just giving you another one. Can we go back to something though? All right. So in regards to what they would be violating, an employer would be violating if they did deny a request for Ramadan. If it were based on religious bias, then they can use Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and they would have a legal case for it.
So Title VII, I thought Title VII was based upon employment, like hiring practices. Like you can't discriminate Okay, can you read Title 7 one more
Yeah.
time, please?
Yeah, they're generally required to make reasonable accommodations for an employee's religious beliefs, unless it would cause them undue hardship. So, like, basically, it could be based on business needs. It could
Mhm.
be based on business needs. So, yeah, but it is Title 7. It's Title
Okay.
7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But let's go back to something, Slayer. All right, how feasible
Mhm.
is it? Because you want these, you say that we're not multicultural, but again, these things are, we acknowledge other cultures in this country. All
Mhm.
right. In certain cities, you can go down a block and you can have food from all around the world. That's not multiculturalism. Also, there are neighborhoods that are very diverse. I have I'm not even going to go anecdotal, but there are many neighborhoods that are diverse. There are schools that are diverse and celebrate many different
I'm gonna
cultures.
need my adult juice for this.
Yeah, have fun, Hector. All right, I might get some too. So, how do you? What is it that you're actually looking for? If the premise is that we have to celebrate all of these days federally, I really think that that's elementary, and I know that you're better than that.
Sorry, I got another phone call from my sister. Can you repeat just the last portion
It's
before you
okay.
said that last?
I think that if you're just basically reducing your argument, your premise to we're not multicultural because we don't celebrate each and every single religious holiday, I think that's elementary. And I know
No, so
you're, and
like
I said
I
I know you're better
acknowledge.
than that.
Well,
He'll be back, guys. He just got a call. Slayer
Everybody
doesn't
calling
run.
him.
Everybody
The
in the
blagger
club
meetings.
meeting. The blagger meetings. Gotta check the
all right,
notes. Okay.
I think it was just all family. Okay, so to go back, I basically heard everything, but
Okay.
to go back
Oh,
to your
you cut
point,
out Slayer, or is that me?
It was him.
It's him? Okay. All right. He'll be back.
sorry, my bad. Yeah,
No
that was
worries.
me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
So, okay, so I acknowledge that we're a diverse nation, 100%, and I acknowledge that the U.S. does contribute a large portion to ensuring that other people can bring their culture in here. What I state by multiculturalism is this value of accepting every single culture into the United States and recognizing them to equal importance or acceptance, which can basically erode American nationalism. We're seeing that happen right now in Hamtramck, Michigan, right? If you look at what's happening there with the Muslim community that basically runs the city council, they've subverted utilizing the separation of church and state to ban everything LGBT. Now, while I may be against some of
Give me
those
the name of the
values,
town.
they Hamtramck, Michigan, HAMTTRMCK. And so they banned all LGBT merchandise on federal government buildings because that community believes that that's not appropriate for that town, right? They're not telling you the underlying reason is because of their actual religion and citing it because of their religion. But for me, right, I would say that the Constitution is something that we should platform the most. And you should not be making laws restricting or making certain regulations for your town
In
because that is
2023, the city of Hamtramck, Michigan, passed a resolution banning the display of LGBTQ plus pride flags on city property. This resolution, also known as the Neutrality Flag Resolution, first little caveat in your story here, prohibited the display of religious, ethnic, racial, and political flags, aiming to ensure the city represented all residents equally. What does this have to do with the Muslim community specifically? And it also encompasses, like I said, every flag, basically.
yes. So do you see do you see who the city council is made up, and have you seen the interviews from the residents on NBC?
What does the makeup have to do with anything?
The
That
makeup
sounds a
has
little
everything to
discriminatory
do.
there.
It's no, what's discriminatory is subverting the American Constitution and not allowing
They
the
didn't.
people in that town.
And states have their own constitution.
Wait a second, hold on, and not allowing the states to be able to, not being allowed the people to have freedom of expression to wave whatever pride flag, whatever signs that they want to, solely because your religion thinks that it's bad.
Again, you're making an argument that it was Muslims who did this. That is
What is
not
this?
what I'm seeing here.
Who is the city
This
council made up
applies
of?
to every single religion, every
Okay.
single community. You couldn't even
Hector,
put the
who
African American
was the
flag up
city
in this
council,
town because of
Hector?
this act.
Hector, who is the city council made up of?
Again, here's what you're missing.
Why
I could
won't you
care less if
answer
it's a bunch of
that?
white people. I could care less if it's a bunch of black people. You cannot make the correlation between the makeup of it being Muslim and this law.
The people in the town itself have
That is
already sided that.
Islamophobia, my guy.
That is literally the people in the town, and you're being LGBT anti whatever that's called. What do they call that?
I'm not saying I
Bigot?
agree with
I don't
this
know what
shit.
that
I
is.
think it's stupid, but it's at least coming from a place of neutrality, which means nobody can do it, not just the LGBTQ.
Right, but this goes to my point about multiculturalism. Even though I, as a Christian, don't believe in some of that stuff, I would never evade their constitutional right to have freedom of expression. You should wave whatever flag you want to.
I guess states' rights isn't a thing anymore. Anyways,
The Constitution goes above that, but go ahead.
city, yeah, you would think. I'm glad you're admitting that. Appreciate it. City council.
So I have a question, just so I make sure that I do understand, Slayer, where you stand on this. All right, you're saying that we don't have multiculturalism. Do you want multiculturalism here in the United States? I don't think you do, but I want to make sure you
No,
don't.
I don't. No,
Why
I don't
don't
mind
you
diversity.
want it?
I don't mind diversity. I don't mind if you celebrate whatever comes back from your country. However, you should always put the American interest before your own country from wherever you come from, right? Like, you should be celebrating the 4th of July. We should be honoring veterans. We should be patriots to America.
So you don't want people to have the choice whether or not to celebrate?
No, I don't think we should federally recognize it. And eventually multiculturalism rises up and becomes a dominant factor.
Time out. When you say federally recognize it, what are we talking about not federally recognizing?
Like, so what I mean by it is eventually whatever dominant culture we've been celebrating for so long eventually rises to power and starts instituting laws and practices that erodes our American constitutional foundations and values.
Slayer, are you afraid of gay people?
No.
Okay, are you afraid of transgender people?
No.
Okay, so what culture is it that you think is going to rise up? Because I'm very, very confused here.
So, like, if you come over from Venezuela and they have a holiday that they celebrate every single day in every single year in Venezuela, and you bring that over to America, and that's something you decide that you want to champion, celebrate here over actually celebrating the 4th of July, then we start to have an issue here in America.
When and where does this happen? Like, give us an example of this happening.
Yeah, so, okay, for instance, when the people were coming over from Mexico, and instead of to protest deportation, you have people gladly waving Mexican flags throughout the cities in California and then burning the American flag.
That's legal.
On what day did they?
Yeah, I don't get you wrong. Like, you're not wrong with that. But when you don't assimilate to American culture, you start to devalue
what is American culture.
Exactly. And I would like to say,
why would you as a black
man want to assimilate? All right. You know, assimilation is actually not a good thing. It strips you of your actual identity of who you are.
Erica, I'm curious. So what other identity do I have besides America? Like, this is just
are
where
you
I was
familiar with okay, we're not a monolith, but there are certain things that are unique to Black people. So as a part of Black American culture, then that we shouldn't have to assimilate to quote unquote American culture. When we hear, first of all, the first thing is that we know that American culture actually isn't a thing, but I would like for you to tell us what it is. But then also, it just literally sounds like assimilate to whiteness, to the European standard of things. And I don't like the way that sounds. So that's why I'm asking you, to explain to us what American culture is.
Yeah, so I don't believe a race has a culture. I believe various different regions across the U.S. may have a culture because, like you said, we're not a monolith. So Black people in the South is going to have a different culture, quote unquote, than Black people in the West. It's going to have a different culture than Black people in the North. Yeah. And that's just a fact. Yeah, so it's based upon region. So American culture essentially is the pride in your nation, the pride in your constitution, the
That's
pride in
nationalism.
the
That's
pride.
nationalism.
No, it's really not.
It is.
But
is.
it's the pride in your neighbor, right? Like this makes up what is great about America.
That's nationalism. That's not something specific to America. That's not something that America cultivated. That's not something that America can be exported to another country. I can't go to Spain and then have that same quote unquote culture. That's not the same. Also, the example that you gave was dog shit. Just because they actually were waving the Mexico flag and burning the U.S. flag, they were doing that in solidarity as a protest. And both of those two things are actually your First Amendment right. So it's dog shit. That's all I want to say.
Yeah,
I gotta drop.
I already told
Okie
Hector that it
dokie.
is the First Amendment right. Well, don't go anywhere, Santana. Enjoy the conversation. But I don't think that it's dog shit. It's actually disrespectful that you're flying another country's flag on in the country that you decided to flee from for whatever reason, right? You've decided to come to America to take advantage of our great privileges, and you're just flying this flag over here for what?
I'm sorry. What's wrong with someone being proud of where they came from?
Exactly. Why do you want to strip
Well, if you're proud
people
of where
of
you
their
come from,
culture?
why don't you stay there and fix that country?
Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they had to flee. Maybe the country's too far gone. Maybe they're dealing with hostile government takeovers.
Maybe the
Gang.
United States needs to
Okay,
stop destabilizing countries.
So wait, and I agree with you, Erica. So wait, Hector, you said that region was destabilized, right? And
Didn't,
you're
but
there.
sometimes it happens.
But yeah.
Okay, so they come over here with that flag that is not ours. They decide to burn ours, and you don't see a problem with the fact that they're over here flying a
How
flag
about we
that's
concern
over-
ourselves with why they're burning ours? Because if they come over here waving their flag around, they're just lighting ours on fire because they hate this country, then they just may be terrorists, in which case we handle them. But individuals who have made their life here, built up their families here, who are frustrated with particular administrations and are burning the flag, or better yet, like myself, turning it upside down, that's our right.
That is 100% you're right, right? I agree with that. However, when you start to bring in your culture from another country, and it's not this protest as an American citizen, but yet it is the pride of a nation that failed you, so you had to come over here and bring that over here. That eventually comes to America, and then the
No,
Great
it
Fall happens.
doesn't. It
I
simply
don't agree with
doesn't.
that.
Right.
They live their lives in their homes and their families. They have community gatherings, whatever. If they get any influence on a city board, it's hopefully for the good. We have checks and balances for that. Like my folks are of Caribbean descent. My mother's from St. Vincent. My father's from Guyana. When they wave their flag around, it is in no way going "fuck America," unless it's very specific towards, again, particular actions of this administration or even previous ones.
Yes, so what I'm seeing though, that is what they were doing in California with those flags was a blatant disrespect to America,
We
and was
talked
a
about in California. When did we get to California?
He's talking
when they were
about
doing
when
a
they
mass,
were
you know what
when
I'm
they were
talking about.
protesting mass deportations and they were waving Mexican flags and they burnt the American flag, which is their constitutional right to do. They can do it. They have the right to
Sure.
protest. Someone in
Sure,
the
but like,
comments did ask the question, which was actually a good question. What about the Irish and Italian flags? How do you feel about people flying those flags?
I feel the same way about everything. We are Americans. We should be flying the American flag.
Okay,
I'd
so
rather step on it.
fair enough. I would say, Slayer, hold on one moment.
Gulag.
I'm gonna let Naquan go, and then I want you to think about, Slayer, what is American culture?
Sure.
You have to be able to tell us that. All right, what's up, Naquan?
Yeah, so he made the claim that Ramadan you don't get days off. Fun fact, New York. That I know this by heart. I didn't check every other place. The last day of Ramadan, school is closed. Teachers don't go in, students don't go in, and many other workers do not go in.
State.
Yeah, every state is different. That's the
Yeah,
freedom of the state. That's state choices. So, but it's other states that also do the same thing. It's called Eden on the last day of Ramadan, where they give people that day off. New Jersey do it. I believe Philly do it. I know quite a few states that actually allow this.
So I'm talking about federally recognized, like something like Christmas, right?
It's recognized though.
Every state recognizes Christmas.
It's recognized. And then I heard you bring up the 4th of July. You do know every black person was not free during the 4th of July, right? You do
Not
know
every-
many of us were still fighting to be freed, right?
Okay, and you're freed now, so why can't you celebrate the 4th of
Yeah,
July?
no.
Are we
Why would I celebrate
Wait a second,
a
are y'all in
holiday?
shackles? Like, sit
Why
your
would I
ass and
celebrate
I'll come free you
Why would
tonight.
I celebrate a holiday that still kept my people in chains?
You're not in chains right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so celebrate
Why
the 4th
would
of
I
July.
celebrate a holiday that oppressed my people?
More
Because
Just
change
like
is
they're
physical.
trying to
shows
erase
your
Memorial Day.
appreciation for a country that
Just like,
decided,
but
hey, what we did was
why
wrong,
so
and
many
is
white
giving you
people
a
are trying
platform
to
to
erase
speak today.
Memorial Day? Why so many white people trying to erase Memorial Day? Is it because they figured out that it was started by a black man?
What? Who tried to erase Memorial Day?
You see plenty of people on this app saying, I'm not celebrating Memorial Day, and they're white.
I know that they're trying to change
You
this month to
might want to go
Appreciation
check
Day,
that.
but no, I'm not seeing
Memorial
anybody
Day
try
was started by a
to
black
erase
person,
Memorial
and
Day.
everybody that's sitting there talking about erasing it is on your side of the aisle, white tea people.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that, and I can't just
Yeah,
take your
go
word
check it.
on, but
Go
I will
check
check
it.
it. I will check it for you.
It's all up and down there. It's all up and down there.
Okay, so Alina said those are leftists. Yeah,
Those are
that-
not leftists. They got MAGA hats on talking about I will do
Can
this
you
to
can we
any
spawn
person.
one of those magas in then so we can talk to them?
You
Like-
can go look it up. You're more than
Okay,
welcome to look it up.
Naquan.
It's all on this app.
Okay.
So again, why would I celebrate a holiday that still kept my people in chain?
You aren't a slave, nor have ever been a slave.
I had family members that were born into slavery.
Okay.
So you're making it seem like it was that long ago. It wasn't. I still had grandparents that were born into slavery. Great grandparents that was born into slavery.
You have great grandparents that were born into slavery.
Yeah. Well, great. But they were still
Okay, I
alive.
was gonna say that.
But
that
you make it
timeline
seem
is
like it was a
added.
real far fetch. Again, why would I keep celebrating a holiday that kept my people in chains?
Real
You're
quick,
still-
y'all.
you're still
358
Hold on,
people in
guys.
here. We should absolutely be at 100K likes. So I'm going to need you guys to do the super things with your fingers, okay? Let's go ahead and get some power tapping going for a solid 15 to 30 to 60 seconds. We can easily get up to 100K, and I'm going to give y'all 15 minutes to do it. Starting now. Go ahead.
Oh, but then also, guys, another thing is that I thought not having to put up a sticker would help, but no, Black woman labor is not free. All right. Black woman labor is not free. All right. We have a daily donation goal of $150. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name on PayPal and on Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. All right, this is the best way to support the live. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Again, links in the bio. Also, show Hector some love. Hector Talk, right? Hector Talks.
Talks. Yes.
Hector Talks. Pay links in the bio too. All right, and let's light his gifts up because he's out here doing the Lord's work with Slayer. But also, Slayer.
What? The
Yeah.
Lord doesn't see race.
I said the Lord's work. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're arguing like race
talking
and
about?
oppression, slavery. Like that's not.
Oh,
the Lord's
thank you,
work.
Phil, for Let's Get It Started. Phil sent $5 for Let's Get It Started. Phil, you're the best. Thank you. All right, awesome. So I'm gonna go there. All right, we're now $145 to go. Thank you so much, Phil. Drop some hearts in the chat for Phil, y'all. Now, Slayer, can you please tell us what American culture is? Because again, it literally just sounds like whiteness.
Oh.
It sounds like
Erica, the fact that you
Thank you,
think that
Kimmy. Thank you,
America
Kelly.
is like some sort of like only like should be white, like even when I mentioned the word assimilation, which I gave no context or credence to trying to like associate yourself with a race, it's more so just assimilating to the actual Constitution, assimilating
What's up,
to
Twat?
being a good, assimilating to being a good patriot. So wait a second.
assimilating
Heck.
to the Constitution is
Yes, the
loud.
Following the Constitution is wild.
We currently follow the Constitution. So what do you mean? The Constitution gives people the
Then
right
how
to
is that
burn
right?
flags. No, because it's like, why are you saying this? The Constitution already says that people can protest. They have the right to protest, right?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So they have the right to burn the flag. They can do that. That's a form of protest. So I don't
Never said
understand.
you couldn't.
I know you said that, and I know you never said that. So I'm trying to understand, what is your point? Why are you saying that people have to assimilate and follow the Constitution? We're already doing that. We're
No,
only not the only person that's not doing that, or the only people who aren't doing that are the people who are currently sitting in the White House and those other federal buildings up there in DC.
Well, it's
Donald
also
Trump
the
and them.
well, the illegal immigrants aren't following it. I mean, they're coming across the border and breaking the U.S. code laws
They're
by
not.
just like, oh, okay. So coming across the border doesn't violate 8 USC Section 13.
Not if you file for asylum.
Okay,
Because you
wait.
also
So
have
if
to
you
use
file
look
for
at 8
asylum
USC
within
1158.
no, but illegally entering outside of a port of entry is still a misdemeanor if caught and not applying for asylum.
Misdemeanor. Yes, you're correct.
It's a crime. So that is breaking the law. That is not
Sure,
assimilating
in its
to America.
in
We are
its
a
most
land of law and
technical
order.
form, it's a crime. Let's not sit here and act as if we rate
Hector-
all crimes the same way.
Hector, we are a we're a country of law and order.
You
So
would
them
think
coming-
so. No,
Them coming,
we're not.
them coming
It
over
ain't.
here is breaking the law.
When the
Slayer,
fuck
you're laughing.
were
I
we
don't.
ever
I don't think
that?
you believe yourself. Hey, Naquan, I'm
Why
gonna
would
go
I-
ahead and let you down,
why?
bro. Thank you for coming up.
All right, sis.
I appreciate
I
you.
mean,
El
I'm-
Naquan.
I mean, I'll laugh at that one, but
Of course you would.
All of my friends.
I mean,
Jaden,
I
that
just think that
PFP is
it's-
everything, honey.
Jaded.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thought I spice it up for the month.
Serving face
Excuse
is
me.
giving hair
Hey,
face.
Hector, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, love?
man?
Doing wonderfully.
Actually, you look like
Had
you're
a-
doing just fine.
I know, right?
I honestly can't complain. I've taken a little break. I'm back.
Necessary.
Thank you. It's been chaotic, hasn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what TikTok
forgot-
is.
I forgot to tell you, Erica. I did call. I don't know if you saw my message. I called out. I think it was Millie when she misquoted the 14th Amendment in that last live. But she was hounding me, bro. You was hounding me because I was eating my cheesecake that night. I was trying to do my best.
Fucking
But
cheesecake.
Get your broke ass to Brooklyn and get my cheesecake, cheesecake,
You-
cheesecake.
you know that I'll be honest with you. I'll call it out if it don't make sense.
She wasn't
Okay.
making a lot of sense.
Can
She
I
kept-
ask you,
yeah.
are you willing to call out Donald Trump's gross neglect and violations of the Constitution then?
Yeah. Which one are you talking about? Like the First Amendment?
Well, there's that. There's the attempts of getting rid of habeas corpus. There's the overhauling
That's
of
Stephen
U.S.
Miller.
Just 1 second. There's the overhaul. Well, he hired him. What the fuck? Is the overhauling of the U.S. Visa process with students here who are here legally and are now being turned
Yeah, I
down
don't
because of
agree with
protest?
that. Yeah, I don't
Right.
agree with that.
There's also the fake elector scheme and trying to usurp the constitutional norms of
I
ceding
would
power.
rather not talk about that because the last time I talked
Oh, let's
about
talk
that,
about
my-
that.
my
Let's talk
account
about
was
that.
gained. No, I'm
Oh,
not talking
perfect.
about
Let's
that
talk
'cause my
about it
account
then.
was
That's a
gained.
perfect thing to
No,
go
we
off
can
of.
talk about something else.
No, let's talk about why the president of the United States believed that it was within his authority to sidestep the courts, to sidestep U.S. secretaries of state, and insert his own slates of electors in pushing
Thank you,
forward
Nikki.
his own electoral
Okay,
victory.
so I'm gonna ask you to show me the slate of electors with those names on them, man. But
Why would you need the
give me-
names?
Yeah, I need the names of the valid slate of electors that he tried to put on there. Like, show me
Sure.
the stamp seal with the slate of electors. You need to show me the stamp seal. But
So
we
it
also-
wasn't a stamp seal. That's the thing. It was
There you
forged.
go,
Hence
then.
why he was indicted. Wait, that's why it's a fake slate of electors. It was illegally done using a forged certificate, using a forged certification, forged stamp and signature of the Georgia Secretary of State. Same thing happened in Pennsylvania, Arizona, and others. I don't know what sense it makes to ask for the official ordinance of that if that wasn't the legal proceeding that he went through.
Did he ask for names?
So who
Why
was
would
the
names
lady
matter?
that? Who was
Why
the
would the
lady
names
that?
matter? They were still illegal.
Wait, who was the lady that prosecuted Young Thug? What was her name?
Why does it matter?
in Georgia? So why?
Wait. Well, how does that dispute the evidence
Why
against
hasn't he
him?
been convicted?
Wait, but how?
why
Because
hasn't
he
been
kicked. Because
convicted?
he's president. Because you
He's the
cannot
president.
convict a
Oh,
sitting
okay, yeah,
president.
that makes sense. Okay,
Almost
so
at
here's-
100K.
It does
y'all.
make sense. That's the
here's what we know.
Constitution that you
Donald
support,
Trump lost. He lost the 2020 election. Let's
right?
move
And
on.
forged fake slates of electors.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so he lost the 2020 election. Can we go back to this culture topic though?
Wait, but you argued that we need to assimilate to constitutional norms, and I'm pushing back that the president of the United States didn't do that and routinely doesn't do that, and you're arguing on his behalf.
They haven't convicted him of that.
So that's your standard now. So then every undocumented migrant who has been convicted is here lawfully then.
Every undocumented immigrant that is here that has been caught by ICE has broken the law.
Wait, but no, that's not what your argument was.
No,
it was
That wasn't my argument. What are you
No,
talking
your
about?
argument was so all of the ones who haven't been caught by ICE are here, are justifiably here then.
No, they also broke the
Okay,
law.
then they're not. Okay, so Donald
They're
Trump
not.
did too, and he
You
has.
do realize they all have.
You have two different standards right now that you're going off of.
I
That
don't
one,
have two different
one is that
standards.
conviction means that you are liable of a crime here, but you're also pointing to migrants who haven't been convicted and are calling them illegal criminal.
I see what you mean.
Now there you go. Track. Thank you.
So,
Awesome.
my
So
bad.
then
Yeah,
Donald
I
Trump, who
talking
was
about
also convicted on 34 felony counts, is an illegal.
What do
and
you mean
violated the
it's an
Constitution.
illegal? It is.
Well,
what do
he
you mean
has
it
more
is an
convictions than the
illegal?
average migrant does. Why is he not an illegal?
Why is he not an illegal? Because he was a citizen. He is a
Thanks, y'all.
citizen. Where do you want him to go?
You have to be a citizen to be an illegal. I want him to go to jail. You should too. He violated
He's
the Constitution.
an illegal immigrant.
So you should want him to be in jail, right?
Okay, so then why didn't they put him in jail?
Because you cannot convict a sitting president. We've been
There's
there.
no law that says that.
That is the Constitution.
Where's the law that says that you can't sentence a sitting president?
I'll pull it up for you.
Okay. And also, wasn't he sentenced before he became the president?
They couldn't jail him over that.
Wait, what? Hold
They
on.
couldn't jail him.
It was a
because he
couple of
elected.
days, if I'm not
He was
mistaken,
sentenced-
before
wait, wait, wait.
inauguration.
He was
was
sentenced.
It
Yes,
was.
He was
he could not be
convicted.
jailed for that.
It was
He
an
could not serve
unconditional
prison time.
discharge.
He's not the
He couldn't
sitting
serve prison
president.
time.
Like you said, it's in the Constitution for a sitting president. He wasn't sitting at the time.
No,
he
first
could've
off,
been-
if we're going by the Constitution,
elected.
he shouldn't have even been able to run based off of the events of January 6th.
He could have been. Okay, so why didn't Jack Smith get a conviction?
Why would Jack?
Because
Smith
his case
get a
had been
conviction?
kicked down. His case
Exactly.
was rejected
Oh
and
my
kicked down
God.
and thrown out. Well, I'm
Do
telling
you
you what
see-
happened.
Do you see how
His
this
case
isn't,
was
like,
kicked down.
working
His
right
case
now?
was kicked down by Aline Cannon out of Florida, and then was brought back later on. At which point, it had been too late to actually move forward with the trial.
So
She
wait a second.
unilaterally rejected that case on its own.
So you want me to engage in this in your claim where he
Not a
hasn't been sentenced while he wasn't sitting, which the Constitution says you can't do something while he's sitting. And then on top of that, Jack Smith had all 4 years to get him indicted for J6.
Wasn't 4
Or
years.
sorry, for get him convicted. What was it? 2 years, 3 years, whatever it was. He had plenty of time to get him convicted, and he didn't do it.
Right. So Congress convicts. Okay. And there wasn't an impeachment hearing to do so. That's why you cannot convict the sitting president. You have to wait until afterwards. At that point, he had been elected, and there would be no form or method of them to have gone through with the trial to do so after his inauguration.
No.
It's also a
So they
state
could've-
case, not federal.
Wait. Jack Smith could have done something for the incident with J6. They could have done something when he was
Then
convicted.
you should
for
want
evil.
Aline Cannon to not have tossed the case unilaterally and then get
I'm-
kicked off
No,
of it.
you should have wanted
Well, that's
Eileen
what-
Cannon to do something. I'm not. I
I
don't-
did want
I'm
her to
not a
do something.
prosecutor. I'm
I
not the
did want her to
prosecutor.
do
What do you want me to
something.
do?
She
So
took that
call her.
case. 1 second. She took the case and tossed it out without any standing and then was kicked off of that. So they had to bring it up to a superior court, of which there was not time to undergo a fair and proper trial.
Her off of it.
I didn't say she got kicked off by Trump. She was kicked off by a higher court.
Okay. So blame the higher courts because the justice system works.
I'm blaming
right?
her for tossing out the case to begin
Oh my
with.
God. Okay.
Why
Well,
would I not blame her
so
for
then
that? This
call
was,
her.
listen, let me tell you what happened. She wanted to stall the case. She's a Trump appointee. She wanted to
Okay.
stall the case because it takes place in Florida, of which he would have been convicted for. She did not want that. So she did him a political favor in tossing it out, of which it had to go up to a higher court that did not have proper time to assess that case.
Okay, so it sounds like the justice system worked. It just didn't work the way
It
you
didn't
want.
work. They didn't go through a trial.
Got it.
What are you
So it didn't
talking
work-
about?
it
Are you
didn't
even
work the
listening?
way-
It didn't
I
work because she
have.
refused to
I
take it
don't
up.
really
She tossed
hear
it
it.
out. A higher court decided to
She's
take
a
it up.
part of the justice system. If she decided to toss it out, the justice system.
So is every ruling just then?
That's not my argument. I'm
It is
really
though,
don't
because you're
care about
saying
this
she's a
anymore.
part of the justice system. It must be correct. Then Donald Trump's
I
34
don't
felony
even care
counts must be
anymore.
justifiable.
I don't even care anymore. If he has
Hey,
the 30, he has the 34 counts.
You are a
So-
walking contradiction, my guy.
Okay, great. What did you
Yeah.
say, Erica?
But here's the thing. I still want to know what American culture is. Because you haven't told us.
Yeah, I mean, because Jaden came up here and wanted to talk about court cases. Like,
Yeah, because I know more than you.
ooh, big flex. All right, so anyways.
I'm doing that in my profile picture.
Your
He is.
profile picture is very rainbow-esque. I'm uncomfortable.
How would you know? Wait, how would you know?
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
Oh wait, hold up.
How would you know if that's rainbow-esque?
Beautiful. Happy
Yeah.
Pride Month.
Happy
Yikes.
Pride Month, y'all.
Yikes.
So you're a homophobe too.
Yeah,
Tell me,
I
can you
don't-
tell
I don't
me?
know- I
Can you
don't know
tell
why
me
you
what
think that would offend you.
LGBTQ? Actually, never mind. I don't give a fuck. American culture. What is it?
Thank you.
Yes, American culture is upholding the values of the Constitution, upholding the Bill of
Can
Rights.
you tell me what
Upholding
threat
and-
Muslims, LGBTQ people, immigrants? What threat are they to the
I
Constitution?
just cited you the example where I gave you of Hamtramck, Michigan, and how
Yeah.
it
So in
gives the
Hamtramck,
person-
Michigan, the law was neutral. While I personally disagree with it, the blatant discrimination would go if they were preferencing any religion or community over the other, which they are not. While I do believe that the federal government should get involved, at least the law is fair. I don't agree with it, but it's fair. It's neutrality.
Exactly.
In fact, quite literally what's happening
one
in that
can fly
town
their
that you're
flag.
It's
referencing
not fair.
is,
because
hold
it's
on,
the suppression of freedom
everything
of
that's happening
expression.
in that town, what you seem to miss is exactly what Republicans want, just with more of a side of support Christian nationalism. That's it.
Yeah, so again, that's where it leads to, right? I believe, and I wouldn't be opposed to Christian nationalism, but that's where it ends up leading.
We know.
to. When you start accepting all of these different cultures and you don't put a hard line stop to
Again,
it,
it's one culture and it was a neutral law. It
One-
literally suppresses their
it's
own.
the suppression of
It
freedom of
suppresses their
expression.
own
It's the
faith.
suppression
So
of
it's a
freedom of
moot
expression.
point.
One person at a
Again,
time.
can you tell me what immigrants
It
have
is
done to violate the
freedom-
Constitution? Can you tell
the
me what
freedom of
LGBTQ people
expression.
have done to violate the Constitution?
It is
Because your
the-
going American values are
Mhm.
based off of things and people
it
who
is the
oppose
freedom
said
of expression.
Constitution. Did you
my
know?
whole issue was
Hey,
mainly
since
people
you're
coming from
anti-immigration, did you know that
Clear.
immigrants
What's up,
commit
Erica?
less crimes than the
Erica,
average American
I'm-
citizen?
He's
Did you
just
know that?
filibustering. He's literally just
No,
filibustering.
no.
He's
Did you
he's
know
asking you
that
a question.
immigrants?
Go ahead.
There's no
Sorry.
question because he's just adding points onto it, and it's like 3v1 up
Well,
here. right now.
well, hold on. No.
You're only talking
Addressing-
to Hector.
We're addressing
Yeah,
your
we're not
point.
talking.
No, it's been like question to question to question, and
My guy,
disorients
we're
me
literally
from my
addressing
original
your
point.
point.
It
point.
disorients me from my original point.
Hey, Rage, we're addressing your point on what you believe one of the
it's three-
foundations
exactly, you
of
just said
American
it's
culture
three
is.
people
Rage.
against
Okay,
one.
all right.
Listen.
I'm calling an audible. All right. Don't make me use the voice. Okay, all right. I just want to know, what is American culture?
I've
Please.
told you this.
You have
20
not. You just keep
times.
saying that we got to celebrate 4th of July. The fuck?
We have to. No, we should celebrate, be patriotic, and acknowledge the amazing history behind America, the foundations of America, and upholding and ensuring America
Amazing
stands.
history.
So it's literally what Santana said. It's nationalism. That's what you want. You want to
If you
strip
want to call
people
it
of their.
nationalism, sure.
We
I
don't
never
even
said
have a
strip them.
national.
Wait.
language
I never
here.
said strip them. Hold on, Erica. I never said strip them. But I did say you should put your culture that you come from at a different area below that and make American nationalism your number one priority. The
But then
best
you-
interest for America.
Wait, those
But then
things,
you use it. Go ahead. I must say
Those
you
things
use the
aren't
word
at
like
odds.
assimilation.
right? Those things aren't at odds. You can be an American nationalist and still have some cultural richness to you.
Yeah, no, I'm stating you shouldn't put the culture you come from above America. That's what I'm stating.
Migrants don't do that.
What happened in California?
Be more specific, man. I live there.
What happened during the mass?
He's crying about them
the
burning
mass
flags during the
protest
protests
during
You
because
have
of
the
the
right
mass
to burn
deportation.
a flag that's protected in the
and
Constitution.
waving the culture in which you do not reside in. You are waving a Mexico flag in America where you decided, like, hey, Mexico ain't all
Yeah,
that. Let
you
me come
should
over to
support the
America.
right to do that because that's American culture to wave a flag that's not
Yes,
American.
We're
wave
built
another
on
country's
multiculturalism,
flag.
dude.
Wave another
We're
country's flag
but
that
Slayer.
did not do well, that you came over here for to get a better life, and burn ours. That makes sense.
No,
You
Slayer.
have the right to do that.
Exactly, per the Constitution, which you said that we should all follow. And I already made that point. But this country is literally built on multiculturalism. It's built on celebrating different aspects of everyone who comes here. We are a land of immigrants. All right. You don't come here and then all of a sudden just forget where you come from. That's part of what makes this country great. I can't believe I just said that, but it is. That is literally a part, being able for people to express themselves where they come from. That makes this country great. People being able to live in their, their truth, express their gender identity. That is what makes this country great. I'm trying to understand because you say you're not homophobic, you're not transmissive. You say that you aren't these things. I know you are. You're.
Wait,
It's
what?
given
Then why did
bigot.
you go off about my profile picture?
It makes me
Literally,
uncomfortable,
he
but
said
I'm
it's
not afraid of
rainbow.
you. I'm not
Why
afraid
does
of
it-
you
But why bring up the rainbow aspect of it?
because you make me uncomfortable. Can I not
What makes
state
you
that
uncomfortable?
make
I
me
mean, what about
uncomfortable?
it makes you uncomfortable?
You are a man with long hair and you are shirtless behind.
Why does that make you uncomfortable exactly?
You have long hair like a
Can
woman.
you? But can
are
you explain
posing
why
like
that
a
makes you
woman.
uncomfortable? Yeah, so did Jesus. But why does that make you uncomfortable?
Not. Nope. I'm not gonna do it. Are you a Christian, Jaden?
Tell me where you saw Jesus with a
Doesn't
buzz
matter.
cut.
I'm just asking.
I'm-
Why does that
I'm
make
not-
you uncomfortable?
I'm literally.
Can you
not
answer
gonna
that
argue
before
with
I
a
answer the
non-Christian.
question? Before I answer the Christian question, why does that make you uncomfortable?
You answer it then, because
I'm trying to figure out what part of this makes you uncomfortable and how that relates to the LGBTQ community.
You are perpetrating the visualization of a woman. You are caricaturing around as a woman.
I have a beard. I'm a man. I'm happy with my
What?
manhood. If you
Woman's
zoom in on the
long hair.
picture,
I didn't
I can
care
full
as a
size the
long hair.
picture for you. I can full size the picture for you. I have hair on my chest.
Long hair
Okay.
doesn't
I don't want to see
doesn't belong
you,
to women.
my guy.
Too bad.
Keep that to yourself.
Where's my fucking picture? Too damn bad. I'll blast
I'm
it up for
sorry.
you.
How are roses longer hair? You're flexing your biceps. I thought that was masculine. I guess not.
Yeah.
How is anything about this?
brother? Okay, so if we showed this to a group of dudes in the hood, right? Would they say
A
that
group
this
of
is
homophobic
that-
dudes
Bro,
in the
what?
hood? A group
How
of
do we know that they're
uneducated
homophobic?
fucking
In the hood?
liberals? I
How
don't
do
care
you
what
know
they
they're
think.
homophobic? How do you know they're homophobic?
That was cool, Cam.
Because if you look at this profile picture and you are met with disgust, then you're homophobic.
Why? I don't know if he's gay.
Then why?
It's one
bring
thing
Why
up
does it
not
make
to
you
like the
uncomfortable,
picture because
dude?
you don't
Because he
like
is
Jaden,
going
you're not attracted
against
to
your
Jaden. It's
assigned
another thing to
roles
be
as a man.
physically ill over the
How
My
is he?
picture.
Hold on,
assigned role.
time out. He said, "How is he going against his assigned roles as a man?" I want you to be very specific here. Like, break this shit down for us.
I mean,
Like, let's get
Erica,
into the weeds of it, Slayer. What? How is he going against it?
Erica, if you can't see a problem with a man with long hair posed behind
I'm just
a
asking,
bouquet
what
of
is the
of
problem?
roses like that, then I don't know what else to tell you.
What harm does that present either to myself or to society?
You're eroding what men should stand on. You are eroding the foundation
How?
of what men should be.
Can you explain what that is?
Being a man,
Okay, what does that consist of?
yes, not utilizing feminine traits or trying to masquerade on and
Wait, but what's feminine about it? Wait, hair is
For the
feminine?
love of God, please.
Your long hair as a man, like you look like you have like what is this? Like why?
Okay, but like, are men
You
not
look
allowed to have
black.
long hair? Because
You
Keanu
look-
Reeves has
wait,
long hair.
You look black. So is that how your hair
I'm black,
naturally
yeah.
came
This
out?
is the nigga Harriet left
That's my
behind.
hair.
Is that how your hair? She wasn't real, but is that how your hair came out the womb?
Oh, what? What was that?
Chat, is this real? What the fuck?
She's not real,
I'm sorry. What?
Erica. So they say she unalived from pneumonia, right? Where's her body?
Are you telling us that you
Where's
don't
her
believe
body?
that
She died
Harriet,
150 fucking years
Are
ago.
you-
No,
are
no,
you
no,
saying
no,
that
no, no,
Harriet
no. They
Tubman?
never had her body. Where's her body?
I'm sorry, what?
Where is Harriet Tubman's body?
I'm
Not
pretty sure
everyone
in
leaves
grade-
behind a corpse.
Okay, you're right. So she definitely existed. We have no sort of evidence that she was a real
There are
person.
slave
whatsoever.
records of her.
She was buried.
There
It
was-
says
This is
here
coming
with
from a dude
military
who believes in
honors
Jesus.
Okay, there was
at
there
Fort
was
Hill
records.
Cemetery. What do you mean? Where's her body?
Okay, so you can't believe in Jada, do you believe in Jesus?
What does this have to do with what we're talking about?
Okay, but there's
Insane.
records of Jesus. There's records of Jesus, so you should believe in
That
Jesus,
exist after he died, approximately
Oh my
70 years
God.
after his
Okay,
existence.
right,
There's
right.
record of Harriet Tubman while she was alive.
There was records by the Romans that Jesus existed during the time.
There's
in which
more
they did.
evidence of Tubman than there is of Jesus.
There is actually zero evidence that Tubman was real because there's no body. Yet somehow she died of pneumonia.
Okay. Where's Jesus' body?
So Jesus resurrected. That's the thing. He resurrected. So there's a difference.
Where's his body? That's his soul,
So,
not his
Jacob,
body.
but
Is
where's
this
Harriet
real
Tubman?
life?
Where's Harriet Tubman? So if you're telling
Where's
me you want me
Jesus?
to- hold on, wait. You have a belief in Harriet Tubman, but you can't believe in Jesus. Hence why you have this photo up and why you need me to somehow articulate why
What
it's
the
false.
fuck does this have to do with Jesus
You have
or
no
Harriet
moral
Tubman? I have this
foundation as a
photo because I'm
guys.
fucking
You have no
sexy.
moral foundation as a man.
Oh,
Based
fucking
on
leave
what?
it, Slayer. That's silly. Just absolutely leave that. That is just so silly. Just stupid. We're not doing that. Slayer. So are you saying that they just took a random woman and said, be Harriet? We're going to call you Harriet? Is that what you're saying? Because they have
I think-
photos of this woman.
I
She
think,
appears
well,
on
first off,
census. Her name appears on
yeah,
census
first off, her
records.
name really wasn't even Harriet Tubman. Like,
we
they
know
changed-
that much.
Yeah,
We
they
we
changed
know
that.
But I believe Harriet Tubman was
Neither was
created
JD Vance's.
as a character to have
That
black
part.
people believe in somebody that during this time of oppression was somebody to look up to. And I agree with that. Like if that helped people get through an oppressive time, I'm cool for it. I don't think it's right that we parade around as like a real person though.
Slayer, how do we know you exist?
I don't know, Jaden. This surprised me. How do we know
Can you
that?
prove that you exist?
Well, I'm responding to you in real time. So yes,
I don't know that
believe-
you're a real person. This could be a
I don't know
simulation.
that you're a real person. How do I know you're real?
Well, turn on your camera.
Okay, dude, no, I'm not into you like that, man. Don't like.
Wait,
stop
why'd
trying
you
to
jump
make
to
me
that? I'm
romantic.
not hitting on you.
Why you
but I
making
can
everything
assure you-
weird,
You
bro?
wanted to show me
Right.
pictures of you. Now you want me to turn. My
I didn't
thing
want to
off, bro.
show
You
pictures
are-
of anything.
you
This
are
is my
weird,
profile
my dude.
picture.
Bro, you are weird, my dude. No,
Slayer,
that
I've
sounds
never
like
seen
projection.
you this way before.
Prove that you exist.
Erica.
It's some about Jaden's profile picture, dog.
Mm.
God,
He's really stuck on
Jaden,
it.
I need your energy, bro.
Hector, you have this rainbow
Are you
flag
that
up.
insecure?
This
Yeah, are
dude
you
is
that
over
insecure?
here with
I wanna
his
fuck people
profile
up like
Are
picture.
you
this.
Come
that
on now.
insecure that a picture of me behind a rose
Insecure?
in front of
No,
a rose
no, no.
garden and
Don't start
Hector's
confusing
rainbow bothers you that
insecurity.
much?
Wait,
Well, you
don't-
are.
Don't confuse.
I mean, you thought I was
with what
coming on to
actually
you
believe
because I
as a
told you to
person.
prove you
No,
exist.
No.
That's
There's no such.
insecure.
You're projecting. No, I'm
What
not.
am I insecure about? I have this as my
No,
profile picture.
You're
Is this screen
projecting.
insecurity?
You want me to be insecure.
Is this rainbow
Okay, if I
deranged?
was
You have-
insecure,
Yes,
I'd cut my hair and
rainbow
put on a
Rainbow
suit.
derangement.
What?
Hector, you have got to coin that.
RDS, y'all. Rainbow derangements. Ooh, fuck, I'm putting that on a shirt.
Yes, and then also you got to make a video. Do it.
Hector, not Hector, excuse me. Rage, I want to be very clear to
Clipping
you,
this
okay?
shit.
Are you listening?
Tap the screen, y'all.
You listening? Rage?
Yes.
Awesome. Rage, I'm going to spit in your mouth and look in your goddamn eyes, okay? I will pin you down as your pupils enlarging at the sight of me doing what I'm going to do to you, okay? I will fucking emasculate you and put you in your place and remind you of the little bitch boy you are and show you who's daddy, okay?
Like I
Did you
said,
like that? Did that do
you
something
see-
for you?
You see what I said, Erica? Like I said, I had a reason to be uncomfortable to begin with.
No, I know you like that.
My
You like
discernment from
that.
the Lord never deceives me.
You like that.
My Lord and Savior would rebuke you, spit you into the eternal hellfire.
Hey,
with
Jaden.
Spit, you say?
Jaden,
You deserve to be in the
I don't
eternal
want to make it
hellfire.
weird, but can I be next? No? Okay.
I mean, not publicly. Listen, don't be afraid,
Repent.
okay? We
Just
know that this
repent
is
and
what you're
turn from your
probably
wicked
into. If
ways.
you've got
Just
loads of incognito tabs
just
ready to go after this
repent
lives, we won't
and
judge you. But don't
repent
project your,
and
excuse
turn
me,
away from your wicked
don't
ways.
project your internalized homophobia
You
onto me,
just
because
told
I'm
me
a
about all the
thousand.
nasty stuff.
I'm
You like
yes,
to do a
because
deck
I
with
know
men
you're
and
into
thought
that.
that's somehow
Because
the
I know
stuff
you're
that I
into
would
that.
like. Bro, you
Yes,
are
I can tell you're
nasty.
into that.
Bro, you are nasty.
What's
Let's
nasty
take a
about
turn
that?
out. What is nasty about that, actually?
This is all right. You know what?
I mean, if you were secure, you wouldn't be bothered by that.
How are you going to tell me what to be secure with when you're not me?
Buddy, I will break out the flogger on you.
Is there an
Understand that?
objective truth?
Bro,
I will
Again,
strap you to
Jaden-
the wall.
Here
Jaden
we
can look
go.
at me with intense eye contact and tell me he's gonna slap me with a tip. It wouldn't bother me, my
Here
guy.
we go. with
Why are
these
you getting
rainbow
weird
men.
about it?
There we go. And you're going to wonder why your children may end up the way that they do.
What do you
What
mean?
does that
What do you
mean?
mean? What does that mean?
You allow people like Jaden to spread this rainbow message all across America.
Rainbow
and you-
It's
I told
rainbow
you- I
message
called
of
it from
what?
the jump.
Security?
You wonder why.
Claire.
Wait a second. You wonder why the
Wow.
population is starting to increase with people that
Wait.
identify as rainbow, and then within the next 30 years, almost all the population will somehow be rainbow.
How would they all somehow be rainbow?
Because we can see from the data and the projections that it's trending upwards. That by 20, I think they said what 2060, everybody will somehow. Yes, the research. That by 2060 somehow.
The
all of
research. I've
America-
never heard of them.
all
The
of America
research.
They must be
What's the
so
research?
as
so
rainbow.
prolific they can just call themselves the research.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, Erica, do you like have a real question? You know, I respect you heavily, sis.
I
but,
have
like,
a real
We've asked
I
you
don't
several
know
real
about this.
questions. What is
Bro,
American
I
We
don't
really
want
did.
to
What
engage
constitutional
with
values
your
are we
weird,
upholding?
with your weird fantasies. This is
You're
weird, bro.
There's not fantasies. They're the future, my guy.
According
Like
to
I
you,
said-
Slayer, there are
They're
future.
expectations.
Like I
Ooh.
said,
I'm gonna
this
need
was
this
one of
live
the,
I'm
after,
gonna
bro.
use that shit.
and this is one of
I'm
the
gonna
problems we had
use
when
that.
we signed
Let me
Obergefell
do
in,
something for
right?
you,
Like
Hector.
this is why they should repeal that.
Rage, I got a real question for you.
I didn't say I wanted to marry you.
He just
You
said he
did?
wanted to spit
That's
in your
what
mouth.
started it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Jay. I'm
degrade
saying
you
that's
and
what
make you feel
started-
like such a
what
subhuman
started
piece
it.
of fucking
There we
scum
go.
that
There
you'll
we
have
go.
nothing
Go
else left
ahead.
to say. You'll just look at me with those doddering old big ass
I
eyes
rebuke
and realize
you.
you're helpless
I
in this
rebuke
world.
you.
Okay. All right, guys, let's take a quick commercial break. Woo, ciao. Okay, so guys, let's tap the screen. Let's share the live. Let's do all the good things. Let's go ahead and knock out the starry thingies. They're really pretty. It's giving rainbow derangement syndrome. So let's knock those out. Oh my God, Jaden,
What?
I've missed you.
I'm putting him in his place.
You
As a
are.
We
man
got some
should.
W's for Jaden in the
Yes,
chat,
please.
y'all.
Like we don't need
W
W. We
Jadens.
drop hearts here. Drop some hearts in the
do.
chat for Jaden.
Oh, never
y'all.
mind hearts.
Drop those hearts in the chat. My birthday was Saturday, so my
Is there a
birthday has
rainbow
passed.
heart?
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, Jaden. But shout out to CT for the $5. CT said, "You have some crazy people on here. I appreciate you." Yes, love. Yes. Thank you so much. Drop some hearts in the chat for CT also, guys. Also, I think Phil sent something too. I'll find it. All right. But Jaden, I'm stuck.
So is he.
I'm so stuck. Like, what? That was fun. That was so fun. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me focus. I'm getting myself together. It got hot for a moment. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Oh, did this just happen? Oh, wow, Mac. I didn't know you sent this. Mac, thank you so much for the $10, babes. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Draw some hearts in the chat for Mac. And also, Phil sent $1 and said, Slayer here talking about masculine traits while having a soft voice. He calls your voice soft. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, guys.
Isn't
So
it
what's
weird
that?
like,
$16?
these are men talking about how other
So it's
men should
$129?
present to themselves.
Wait, you were
Like,
talking
what
about
is
that.
wrong with
What?
these men?
You were
saying?
saying.
I'm not talking to you, Rainbow Man.
Rainbow
Man.
Man is wild work.
I prefer the term daddy.
My God,
Is
guys,
straight.
we're $129 away from goal. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name PayPal and Venmo. Please, Hector, can I use your Cash App? I can use Hector's Cash App. It's Hector Talks. It's just like his name is here. If you want to send love that way, just make sure you say it's from me. And Hector will send it over. I trust him more than I trust Santana. All right.
You gotta say it's for her, otherwise it's mine.
I just said I trust you more than I trust Santana. You say something like that. All right, guys. But please, please, please show Hector and show Jaden love while they are here. Because Slayer is going through it right now. Slayer, you going through it, baby.
Going through nothing. I got
You
my
are.
Lord and Savior on my side. Now I don't know what the rest of y'all are going
I've
to do.
never heard you talk like this
I'm
before.
going to pray for you, Erica, and hope you
That's
see
right.
the
Get
truth.
down on your knees.
But this dude over, you see what I mean? The Rainbow Man just has to always talk, right?
I got a pet name
Rainbow
now.
Man. Just light up. The Rainbow Man is so
You're
funny.
giving me a pet name.
Sorry. Okay, hey Virgo. Did you vote for Trump, sir?
I didn't, but I just wanted to tell Jaden something. Hello, Jaden and Hector. Big fan. I follow both of you. I swiped away from here. There's somebody, Jaden, who has your exact picture right now. Their name is Tacos with a wheat emoji. I asked them about it. I don't know what's going on, but it's freaking weird. And they're MAGA also. It was a MAGA live. So the obsession is crazy. Rage Slayer, that picture is super homoerotic. I'm out of here.
Is she live right
your
now?
picture.
See how Jaden's rainbow antics spread to other men, right?
All right, guys.
That's
keep
kind of the goal.
tapping the screen. This is fun. If you voted for Donald Trump, by all means, request up. Just request up, guys. Request
So how
so we
tall
can
are you,
vote.
Slayer?
Oh God.
I just gotta know. Hello?
Slayer.
Don't leave me hanging, Slayer.
Slayer. It's okay.
Yes. What's up, Erica?
I really want to. Okay, guys.
How tall are you?
Oh my God. I'm gonna stop talking about this part of it because I know Jaden can go on. He can go on with this. I want to know, like, you haven't provided sufficient enough, like, what American culture is, because you can't say that you want people to assimilate, but then say that they can keep certain aspects of their culture. That's not how assimilation works, babes. Assimilation is literally stripping people of their cultural identity and placing them and having them identify as where they are, I guess is the best way for me to put it. So it means them forgetting their language, forgetting their foods, all these.
Erica, do you love America? Do you love America, Erica?
No.
Okay, so then there's the issue. There it lies. Hector, do you love America?
What's there to love? Let's talk about it.
No. Just
what's there to love? Let's talk about it.
What's there to love? Yes or no question. Yes or no question.
What's there to love about it?
Do you love America?
What's there to love about it?
Bro, 2 + 2
Fine.
= 4.
No.
Yes
What's there to love about it?
Okay, so you said no. This here lies the issue.
What's there to love about it, Rage? Come on. No. Rage. Listen. You've done a lot of rambling, a lot of things, okay?
I'm not.
What is there to love about America? Please talk to me about what there is to love about this country right now.
Yeah, it is the strongest economy in the world. We have the best citizenry. One of. Okay, we're the leaders in the G7 countries. So
sure.
It's the only country that has their dollar.
And how much of that is trickling into your pocket?
Well, currently because we're getting effed over by the Fed, not much. But yeah.
The Fed?
Yes, the Fed.
Wait, but Slayer, you hate America too. You hate that it accepts gay people. You hate that it honors. You hate that it honors civil rights leaders such as Harriet Tubman. You hate that it believes in multiculturalism. You hate that it believes in migrants. You hate that it believes in Muslims and people of different religions. You hate all those things. That's why you're here. But you wouldn't love a country that allows that, right?
Okay, so again, I don't know if the Rainbow Man wasn't listening what I had to say.
I have a name. You can call me that.
What I had to say this entire time, but I never said any of that, right? I stated that here in America, we have I don't hate any particular group. All I'm citing is that if you come to America, you should follow the laws dictated by the Constitution, by the Bill of Rights.
But you want to get rid of those laws. You want to get rid of a burger
like what we are seeing in Hamtramck, Michigan. those sort of principles get eroded. I don't like the rainbow flag. I'm gonna be real with you. But they have a right to fly it.
You don't
That's
believe
my
they should have
prerogative.
that right. You've argued
Who said I
against
didn't
that.
say that?
You
But the
are against the
Constitution
right to
gives you
burn
that
the
right.
flag. That is protected
Okay,
by
the
the Constitution.
Constitution gives you that right, Rainbow Man, to fly that flag.
Can you stop
And
calling me
because
that?
multiculturalism.
It
You said
gets
you had no
more.
issue with it.
When did I say that? Just gets weird.
You literally said that not even 10 minutes ago.
I said call me daddy.
Okay, so again, you see what I mean?
Jaden or daddy?
That's what he said.
You see what I mean, Erica? You see what I mean?
Daddy said call him Jaden or daddy.
I'm out, bro. y'all are just nasty, bro.
Okay,
Like, this
weirdo.
is
Rage.
weird,
You
bro.
say you want to honor the
Slayer.
laws that are on the books, but you also want to get rid of a Obergefell.
think personally we should get rid of it, but I'm not a
So-
Supreme Court justice.
Okay. But you believe that there are laws that we shouldn't abide by. Is that not special pleading?
Where does it state that the government has to give you the right to marriage?
That's not the argument. Your argument
But
is that we
that's
should
why-
not
okay, so
abide
then
by.
me
Wait, but
wanting
your
to get rid
argument.
of-
I mean, there's lots of
Me
Supreme Court
wanting to get rid
precedents
of
that have been set.
Obergefell doesn't
Are you
contradict
against the
anything
Supreme
by
Court
law.
then? Then are you
No,
against the
wait,
Supreme Court?
Me wanting to get rid of Obergefell has nothing to do with the way
It
that
does
the
because you're
country
against
operates.
upholding constitutional standards, of which
No,
Obergefell
no, I
is
don't-
and has been
I
set for
don't
the last
believe-
10 years.
Hold on, I don't believe that the government should get into the institution of marriage at all for any couple, whether you are heterosexual or homosexual.
Then you're okay with gay marriage.
No, I believe they should have a civil union because it's not a marriage.
That who would
crazy.
uphold that? Who would determine that? Who would be the arbiter of
It's
that?
called a civil union. So
But you're saying that you would want the government to honor or
Do you
restrict
know the
certain
difference
civil.
between a marriage and a civil union?
I'm still speaking here. You say that you want the government
said that
to
you were smarter
deny
than me.
marriage rights. I am smarter than you, but your
You
argument
aren't,
makes no
because you
sense.
don't know the difference
You're
between
arguing.
marriage
I
and a
know the
civil
difference
union.
between a marriage and a civil union, but that's not your argument. You believe
That
that
is
marriage
my
between
argument.
two
How are you
men.
tell me what my argument is?
I'm trying. Okay, then are you against straight marriage then?
I just told you I'm against the government getting involved in heterosexual marriage.
Okay, then all forms. Then what would be a civil union?
Your civil union is if you decide that you want to get an institution that's recognized federally, that's what the government should cite it as.
But wouldn't
Are
the
those
government
not
still
both
be
legal
involved?
recognitions?
The government would be
That are
involved in a
upheld
civil
by the
union.
law?
The institution
Okay.
of marriage is from God. God
They
grants
do
the
that
institution
over
of
civil
marriage.
unions. What difference
Oh
would a
my-
civil union make
Because
versus a
that's not-
marriage?
okay, because the word marriage, the context of marriage comes from God. You doing whatever you decide to do with another man is not with God. That's an abomination.
Then you're against all marriage then.
Oh my God, I just told you
I'm
the
just
government.
asking
He
for
is,
clarity.
but
You're
I don't
against
understand.
functionally you're against all marriages then.
I just told you I'm against the government being involved in marriage. Why aren't
That's
you
not what I
understanding?
said though. Then okay,
that's
then
my
you're
claim the
okay
entire
with the
time.
church. You're okay with
So
the
you're
church
straw manning
administering
my
that.
argument. Wait, so
I'm
Jaden,
asking you a question. I'm
straw-manning my
asking you a
argument.
question.
guys, one
I'm
at
asking you a question.
time.
Then you're
Okay,
okay
no,
with the
you're
church
straw-manning my
facilitating that
argument.
move, yes?
All you're doing is straw manning my
I'm
argument.
asking you questions. I'm not making assertions about your position.
All you've
Are
done is
you
that
or
the
are you
whole
stop
time.
and answer this, please? Are you or
Okay,
are
so
you
Jaden,
not?
what's my claim?
Stop.
What's
are
my
you
claim,
or are you
Jaden?
you are against marriage as administered by the government?
Correct.
Okay, then are you or are you not for the church facilitating that?
I'm for the church facilitating it.
Which church?
The Christian church.
Does the law abide by just one church? Can only Christians get married in America?
If the marriage isn't recognized by the government, it shouldn't make any difference.
But you're saying that only Christian marriage is valid marriage.
So if you got married in a church at a Christian church and it is recognized by that church, your marriage is recognized by that. It is a
Okay.
marriage.
Would
If
there
you
be
want to
any
get some
difference
sort of
in the legal?
recognition-
Would
Hold
there
on,
be-
Jaden. If you want something to be recognized by the federal government, then you would need a civil union. There's a difference.
Okay, I got that. I'm just asking now about your basis when it comes to religious institutions administering marriage licenses. Are you okay then if a church were to administer a same-sex marriage?
No,
Why not?
because
You're abiding by church rules.
The marriage license would have no sort of declaration between the state. It's just
That would be true with Christian marriage. What?
I have to pause. I have to pause for a quick moment. Chat. There are 674 of you in here.
I think we can easily get up to 200K likes if you put your back into it, okay? Do the things. And more humbly, I am kindly begging that you guys send $10 to my Cash App. Because if you send $10 to my Cash App, I will match it with $10. So we can get this motherfucker out of here, okay? So do me a favor, please. I'm fucking begging you.
Hold
There's
on,
so
wait.
much to
Get
talk
this
about.
hat
Stop
off of
talking.
my head.
Because you want to
Send
grip.
$10
Hold on, wait.
to
I'm
my
gonna do a
Cash
magic
App.
trick.
I
You
will
ready?
Hey.
match it.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna do a
I
magic
will
trick.
match
No
it.
magic
Please.
I'm gonna do a magic trick.
I'm
Ready?
fucking begging you.
Slayer.
Is he a
Oh
troll
my-
or what's his deal?
No, he's a real person. He believes that
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so he's a young man, and like he's a young black man, and me as an old black lady, he has a soft spot in my heart. However, he has some pretty like fucked up views. It just is what it is, and he comes up here and we'll just have conversations. It's not really debates or anything like that. We just talk because I'm trying to understand him. But one thing that we will not talk about is slavery being a choice, because I'm trying really hard not to yell at him about that. But yeah, he does believe that slavery was a choice. Learned tonight that he believes that slavery was not based on race, which is crazy. And then he also just said that Harriet Tubman wasn't real.
I've never heard anybody that believed in that.
I've never heard Harriet Tubman wasn't real. That's crazy. Yeah, Kanye West is a strange motherfucker to look up to. But yes, guys, please let's tap the screen. Let's share the live. Let's get this up to 200,000 likes. All right, let's keep doing all of the good things. We're halfway on the rainbow stars. That's what I'm calling them. That's what they are. All right. Thank you all so much for showing Hector and Jaden love. I appreciate you all. Remember, Hector's
Thank y'all
links
so
are
much.
definitely in the bio. We're $129 away from our daily donation goal. Everything with Erica is the name. It's the best way to support the live. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. If you want to support an unemployed mom of one, then by all means, send me money. They keep saying I'm grifting. I'm not good at it, but I try. Support the grift. All right, guys. But thank you all so much. And if you voted for Donald Trump, please request up so that we can have a conversation. So that we
Remember the dude earlier who called us grifters?
Yes. And shout out to Jody for the $4 because she just had to even it out. We understand, Jody. I get it. We're actually $125 away from our daily donation goal. Thank you so very much, guys. I appreciate y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Jody. Okay, that was Jaden. You are something else.
You're welcome.
Thank you, baby. I was like, he said, I'm gonna spit in your mouth.
I
was like, ooh, me next.
Slayer was not the same since.
He was not.
No, he's gonna be thinking about it.
Slayer calls you Rainbow Man. I was like, whoa, what the
I know.
fuck?
Rainbow
He's
Man
already giving me pet names.
That was a lot.
You know what?
That was a lot.
I'll take it. I'll take Rainbow Man.
That was a lot.
I've
That
heard
was
worse.
so much. I have heard, but that was a lot, guys.
Rainbow Man.
That was a lot.
Y'all,
I enjoyed that. Can I
gotta
clip
get
that?
to working.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy. Hector, I need you to clip that and tag me because you're gonna get the recording after this, and I just need you to do the work.
You're alive. You're the one who gotta share it to me.
But you're gonna no. I set it up. You as a mod, you can get access to.
Oh, I get the one. Okay.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
it. So you can clip it. Have fun.
Okay.
All right, because you know I ain't gonna do it. You'll be asking me next month. Hey, you got that clip? Nah.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. But bruh, that was funny as hell. Jaden, thank you so much for stopping by. You
Yes,
are
of course.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Good
thanks for
grief.
having me up.
Of course, love. Of course, love. Have a great night.
Send the hearts for
love-
Jaden, y'all.
too.
Hearts in the chat
Thank
for
you,
Jaden.
everybody.
Yes,
Take
and-
care.
If this is your intro to Jaden, please make sure that you are following him because he is everything. Absolutely
Thank
everything.
you.
And he may
I'm gonna
spit
go
in your
live more
mouth if you
often.
act nicely.
I know that's
I
right.
might just do that. But take care, Erica. Hector, good to
Thank
see you
you.
both.
Good to see you, man.
Have a great night, Jaden. Awesome. All right, guys. That was so much fun. If you voted for Donald Trump, again, go ahead and request up. And please be of age. And don't be asking me in the comments to come up. I ain't got time for that. All right. Also, don't nobody take rainbow derangement syndrome. Y'all heard it here first from Hector. All right,
We got it
that's
clipped.
his.
I will sue you. I will sue all y'all.
Yes.
Every last one of you.
Absolutely sued. All right, and I get half the profits because it happened on my live. So
35%.
okay, 40. Bruh. But yes. Oh wow, thank you so much, Carol, for the $10. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. Drop some hearts in the chat for Carol, y'all. That is so funny. All right. Bruh. Hector. It's just a lot.
I'm gonna keep it $150 with y'all. I'm a little lit. That just made that whole interaction even crazier. Even crazier.
That was so funny. Oh my gosh. I'm still
Man
stuck on
said,
a spit in your mouth.
your profile picture makes me uncomfortable.
It's giving rainbow.
Like what?
It's giving rainbow. Oh my
Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know. Even when I was a homophobe, I never cared about what people actually did in their personal life. It was just religious crap, man. Like, why can't y'all leave them alone? Leave them alone.
Just leave them, let
They
people
do
be.
nothing. They don't fuck with your taxes. They don't fuck with your jobs. They don't fuck with your livelihoods. They just live, and y'all are mad. It's weird. It's really weird. Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help. See, oh wait, I don't know if I can say this. Seek therapy.
Seek therapy.
Get you some. All right. I saw my therapist last Friday. No,
Thank
was
you,
it Friday?
Dusty.
It was Thursday. I saw my therapist on Thursday. That lady said she's gonna have to look into some different ways to help me.
She said you're a special case.
Special case. Oh, some shit over here. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, y'all gotta talk to the lady, y'all. Y'all gotta talk to the lady for real. Talk to the lady. Also, guys, I'm seeing a lot of grayed out hearts. So if you sing your daily heart me, please, please, please don't forget to collect your points. Don't forget to claim them points. That's how
Thank you,
TikTok
Shauna.
keeps track. Right? That gif is so odd looking.
Tell me why one of my mods called it
Don't
it
say
looked
a
like a
fleshlight.
toy. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's what
Knew
they
it.
called it.
I knew
Fleshlight.
it. I knew it.
For
Absolutely
gases.
knew it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that was a lot. Okay, don't be afraid. If you voted for Trump, go ahead and request up so that we can have a conversation about all the fantastic stuff that he's doing, because Donald Trump is absolutely amazing. He is healing this country from multiculturalism. he is doing all of the good things. Donald Trump is making it so that we all don't have the ability to express ourselves. And I personally think that is wonderful, because who wants freedom of expression anyways? Right?
Can we get some hearts in the chat for Erica's shirt? I see that.
Oh yeah,
Get some
I
hearts
have
in
a
the shirt
dream.
for Erica's shirt right there,
It's
y'all.
a cool shirt.
Amen.
There you go. Yeah. I have a Malcolm shirt. I figured I'd get a Martin one. But yeah. So I think that Donald Trump is working really, really hard to bring us all together by driving us apart, by putting wedges in between people based on their identity. Let's say, for example, making DEIA, well, what he calls it, DEI. I can't talk like Trump. I swear I'm working on it. DEI, a slur. Hector, let's hear your Trump impression.
Radical DEI policy is destroying the country. It's the worst thing since Lyndon B. Johnson. And I'm the best thing since Abraham Lincoln. You know, I was the first black president. That's what they called me, the first black president, because of the First Step Act, and I ain't taking those steps after that. I don't know. That's all I got.
That was funny. That was funny.
Thank you.
I think the only way I can do is Obama. I can't even do that. I can't do it. I just saw someone in the chat. Every time that shit plays on Dan's live, I'm like, that's so funny. Obama. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but Donald Trump is doing such a fantastic job, guys. I don't understand why his approval rating isn't higher. I mean, how can you not love the guy who doesn't even know if he has to follow the Constitution? He's the president, and he doesn't know if he has to follow the Constitution. I mean, this guy, he likes to go rogue, and I think that's what we need in America right now. Mm-hmm.
I hate that I halfway agree with that.
Oh my fucking god! What?
I hate that. So this is a slight, minuscule compliment that I'll give Donald Trump.
Oh my god!
I think he somewhat opened up the floor of politics to allow people, maybe not black people, but to allow people to be more themselves and not to follow along so much with the uptight seriousness of everything or like the PC structure where people are allowed to speak out a little bit more. Obviously, he's doing it in the wrong way. But I do think we've seen even people on the Democratic side just being a little bit more adamant about what's going on and just saying it how it is. And I do like to see that. However, I don't like to see it followed up by the violation of our Constitution, complete and utter disregard for our lower courts or political process as a whole.
Hector.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the grift. You just got a galaxy.
Who sent me the galaxy?
Corey did. Corey did.
Corey?
Yes, Corey.
Is Corey MAGA?
No.
Okay.
Corey's one of my
That's all I
mods.
need to know. Once MAGA starts sending me gifts, you know I'm fucking up. I was about to run.
Yeah, you about to run? Okay. Hi, Brendan. Hi. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you?
24.
24? Okay. All right. So why did you make that decision?
I actually wanted to address something. I've been here for a while, and I wanted to talk about what y'all were talking about earlier, actually.
Which was? We talked about a lot.
Well, I wanted to talk about the culture mostly, but I also wanted to say Jaden pretty much SH'd him and told him that he was going to SA him. And y'all were laughing about it, which is not okay.
Oh, you're saying that Jaden sexually harassed Slayer?
Yep, he did.
You think so?
Yeah, he did. If I told you like a man to a girl, right? If I told you that I was gonna pin you down and spit in your mouth and you couldn't do nothing about it, is that not SH?
Is that sexual harassment?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it, Hector? Is it?
I'll tell you what. I gotta be fair. Yes.
This is where he's coming from.
Yes. Absolutely.
I see where he's coming from.
I see where you're coming from. I can't even be mad at you. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
We're kikiing, cacaing, but you know what? Sure. Boundary was pushed, if you want to say that. To be fair, he never said anything about stopping. But he did say his profile picture made him uncomfortable. That's not.
Yeah, he never told him.
Jaden can't do shit about that, right?
He just said he could lean on his Christian God or something. That's what he said. He never said, "Stop it, Jaden."
Yeah.
He never said that.
Tell you what, Brendan, I'll give you that. Do I find it hypocritical as fuck that you want to come up here and act like you care about sexual assault or harassment? Yes. But I'll give you that. Absolutely. You're 100%
I disagree
correct.
with what Trump did with that. I'm not going to sit here and say that Trump is perfect and that he's like a god or nothing like that. But I just disagree. Yeah, I just disagree with a lot of that stuff.
How much do you disagree?
Well, I think SH and SA is not right in any circumstance.
But you voted for the man who did both?
Well, like I said, he's not perfect, and
neither is Jaden.
I feel like people make mistakes.
Maybe Jaden made a mistake.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he's a bad person, but I'm saying I don't think it was right. That's all I'm saying.
Would you still vote for Jaden?
I don't know. It depends what for.
Okay, so why did you vote for Trump?
Almost at 200K, y'all. Keep tapping.
No, I liked a lot of his border policies, honestly, because I live in New Mexico. So living here in New Mexico, there's a lot of illegal immigrants and stuff like that.
Undocumented immigrants?
Yeah, undocumented, my bad.
Okay. And so how does this impact you?
Well, I work construction a lot, and I felt even like the chili fields, they're a little bit more by the book, but the construction companies will hire people off the system and pay them in cash and not let the taxes know or nothing like that.
Oh. I say this I'm just gonna say it. Have you thought about going into a new field? Because if you can't compete, then maybe do something else.
Well, I'm taking online college right now for psychology,
That's what's
but
up.
yeah, but I just need money right now. Like I can't just sit here and take college.
Oh.
Felt.
How is Trump helping you with that though? He wants to cut federal student loan funding.
Well, I get a lot of overtime, so that's a good thing.
So how are the immigrants, the undocumented immigrants, impacting your job if you're actually getting overtime? You can't have it both ways, dear.
So I work for an independent company,
Okay.
and so they pretty much will call me if they need me, and I'm not like on a certain schedule or nothing like that.
But they
So,
obviously need you because you're getting overtime, and you quantify it by saying a lot of overtime.
well, I mean, like not on a week basis, but like every 3 weeks, I'll probably have overtime, which would help my paycheck a lot if it didn't get taxed. Because when I work overtime, it's almost like I just work for no reason. What I really
I
wanted
feel
to
like
talk
it's
about was
go
the
ahead.
culture thing, though.
What's the culture thing? Because I just think that was full of malarkey. Go ahead. What's the culture thing that you want to talk about?
So you were saying there's no culture in America, right?
Are you here to tell us what American culture is?
Oh, I could do that, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Hold on one moment. Hector,
okay.
I'm gonna say 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to get in on this or no? I'll message you just in case you're not aware.
Low-key lost, yes.
It's okay. Hold on. We're doing something, Brendan.
Yes. In the meantime, between time, I think we can get the shares up. We are looking at 139. I know it's 11:30 at night, but y'all are night owls. So I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 4.
You say 4? All right. You
I'm gonna
have a
say
lot more
4.
faith than I do. Okay. Bet.
Double tap that screen. We're almost at 200K, y'all. Y'all know me. When I see all these people in here and all this free labor because y'all ain't knocking out the gift goal, I expect y'all to do something. So to the freeloaders, get to double tapping that screen. Let's pass 200 likes. I want to see us up at 250 soon. I think we can do so in the next 30 minutes. And to everyone else, I know we got some rich white people in there. So go ahead and do your due diligence and go ahead and knock out that gift goal for the reparations.
I mean, white folks, don't y'all always want to help a black person? Help me. Help me. Also
Y'all
help
gonna
Hector.
tokenize her anyway, so might as well knock out the gift goal.
I know, right? You're gonna be like, I support a black woman creator. Her name is Erica Shantae. And I'll be like, yeah, you sure do. Thank you. Y'all ain't shit. Wait, that's your line. I ain't shit. Okay. Let's give it. But guys, thank you so very much for all that you do. Like seriously, thank you for the love, the support, the encouragement, and most definitely the engagement. Tapping, sharing, all of that is caring. So thank you all so very much. Let's just keep doing all of the good things, and we're gonna have Brendan explain to us what American culture is. Brendan, the floor is yours, love.
So one thing I first want to preface is that African American culture and African culture are two different things. Do you agree? Like that shirt you're wearing, I think it's one of the greatest movements in probably maybe ever.
I'm sorry.
At least in the past
God
100
damn it!
years.
You just had to say that.
Go ahead, Hector.
Are you black?
No.
So she asked you what American culture is, and you went straight to African American compared to African culture.
I was just trying to give an example, like because the shirt she's wearing.
Damn, you were right, Erica. Fuck.
I told you. It didn't even take 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Shit. I was like, damn, that was quick.
Well, I just wanted to talk about the shirt she was wearing because that's one of the greatest movements ever, probably.
That's not what she asked you, dog.
But that's culture, though. Are you gonna disregard your culture?
Sir, we wanted to you. CT, thank you so much for the $5, baby. We all
Like-
hollering, especially
culture
Hector
to me
ass.
is culture not like food and music and history? Is that not
We're
culture?
asking what is American culture? What is uniquely
African
American?
Americans, not Americans.
What is uniquely American culture, dear?
Rap music, country music.
Baby, that's black culture.
Okay, but are you not African American? Are you not an American citizen?
Black folks. For black people only.
But you're
I want you to
American.
tell us what American culture. Hector, why is this such a hard question? You know why it's such a hard question? I'm gonna tell you why it's a hard question. Because if they want to break down what American culture is, they're gonna have to admit that American culture is imperialism, or is bigotry, it's racism,
Can I
it's
ask you a question?
violence.
Can I ask
That's
you a
what they're gonna.
question?
They're gonna have to admit that American culture is assimilation, stripping
ask you
people
a
of their
question?
cultural identity is what American culture is. They're gonna, yes, it is YT supremacy, Heidi. Yes, that is correct. They're gonna have to admit that. That's why he can't tell us right now what American culture actually is. Like, my guy, you could have said hot dogs. I don't know,
But
shit.
Are
But you
African
answered
American?
this.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, by
Are
all means.
African Americans Americans?
Are African Americans Americans? Yes.
Yes. Okay, so why does your culture that you grew up on not count as American culture? Are you eating jollof and fufu? Are you eating that?
Sometimes I do eat jollof.
So do I. I love it, but I'm
Okay.
saying
Crash the fuck out.
Go ahead, Hector, please.
there's a African restaurant here I like a lot actually.
God, not the African restaurant.
But like, is that not American culture? What you grew up on, what everyone grew up on, is that not American culture? Is rap music not American culture? Did it start somewhere else?
Let's not sit here and act as if you understand what African American culture is, or if you respect it in any way, shape, or form. Because if you fucking did, you probably wouldn't have voted for Trump, Brendan.
Why is that?
Why is that? I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I want you to answer as honestly as you possibly can. And while I will not judge you, I may scream. Do you know the population of black people, African Americans that you're referencing, who voted for Madam Vice President Kamala Harris?
It's probably over 90%, probably.
For black women, yes, 92%. Black men, 78%. So what do you think about the 22% of black men and 8% of black women who voted for Donald Trump?
So I have a lot of friends that have, like, on the live community. I go to a lot of lives and stuff, and there's a couple that I'm like really close with, and a lot of them that make a good argument. They want a society based on merits and not just everything handed to them because of the color of their skin.
Oh, okay. Can you give me an example? Sorry, go ahead, Erica.
No, go ahead, Hector. Go ahead.
Can you give me an example of black people getting handed anything because of the color of their skin?
Well, American Airlines said they want to hire 40% more African American pilots and women.
And
So,
what are the qualifications to become a pilot, love? What are the qualifications?
well, you have to go to flight school first of all.
Okay, and you have to actually do well in flight school, right?
Yes. So they're gonna have to
okay.
drop
So you have
make
to
40%
not just
to go
get
from 8%
into, you know,
to go to
no,
8% to 40%. Are they gonna have to drop the quality of pilots that they're letting in?
My guy, if the bare minimum qualifications are several years of school, all of these hours in flight, training within the company, how the fuck are they dropping the qualifications?
To go from 8% to 40%, are they not going to have to drop some of the qualifications to be a pilot?
What about anything I just said alluded to dropping the qualifications for black people?
Good question, Corey. Why are you assuming? Why are you assuming that the qualifications will be less?
To go from, do you know how many pilots are in the United States?
Doesn't matter. Why are you assuming?
213,000, at least currently hired.
Okay, so 8% to 40%, how many people do you think that is?
What's 40% of 213,000? 80 something? 80, 90 something thousand?
It's probably about, I would say about 100,000, give or take.
A little less. So You know how many black people go to flight school? You know how many black people have the qualifications but are struggling to get in these fields? There's a reason why this shit is literally about 90% white men and only no more than 10% women. White women, mind you. The mere assumption that for them to get 40% more black people as pilots, that means they have to drop the qualifications is racist as fuck.
It is. It's literally rooted in racism. But also, we're not even talking about 40% of all pilots. We're talking about 40% of just American airline pilots. So there's
correct.
that part. Do you know how many American airline pilots there are? And then I really do need you to answer the question of why do you think just because they want to hire more black pilots that they will somehow, for some reason, have to downgrade their qualifications? Why do you think that?
So let's say.
So they're not even wanting to go to no, they just want to go from 8% to
I just tried
11%.
to talk when you stopped talking and then you
That's
started talking again.
wow, Jordan. No, I get to read the comments because I'm the host. Wow, that's something. So they only want to have 11% of their pilots be black. Go on, Brendan. Tell us why.
I owe Erica money, y'all.
I believe it was 40%, but so let's say I'm a pilot and you're a pilot and we both completed airline school and I got better grades than you did, but because they're trying to meet a quota of people they're trying to hire, they're more likely to pick you than me. Is that wrong?
Where do they say in their policy that they would do such a thing?
Well, DEI, that's what DEI is doing.
That's not what DEI is, and it's DEIA. That's not what DEI is. DEI is literally merit-based. It is not, also DEIA is not a hiring practice. It's once people already have the job, it's allowing them a seat at the table to actually have input on different policies and procedures within the company to make sure that all voices are heard. So it's not a hiring practice, dear. So therefore, you're severely misinformed from the jump. So please tell us, why would they have to decrease their standards, their qualifications in order to have more black pilots?
Just like I said, if I had better scores than you, they're going to try to meet a quota, so they're not going to take me. They're going to take you.
If was the fifth, we all be intoxicated like Hector. But it's not. If doesn't fucking matter. All right.
Where did you hear that they're wanting to increase their hiring efforts by 40%?
Charlie Kirk.
I said that this mother effer, in my brain, Hector, I literally said, but you know, I do not like saying that name for certain reasons. And I said, this motherfucker sound like, you know who? This is a stupid argument. What if they did blind hiring? Huh? What about that then, Brendan? What if they did blind hiring?
I would like that because it would be merit-based.
It'll be merit-based. The blind hiring would be merit-based. And then what happens? What happens when they do the merit-based? The candidates that they do hire are black. Do you still get to claim DEI?
I would support that because
you would support that. So how do they know that the candidates are black when they're looking at the applications? How do they know it? When they're looking at a pilot's resume, does he or she put black on it?
I believe it's African American.
No, do they put African American on so on their resume, right under maybe say their email address, they put African American?
Well, no, most of the time you do an application, it asks you for your ethnicity, it asks you for your gender, most of the time when you do an application.
They can't use that in regards to hiring decisions. You know that, right? That's literally just census data. They can't use that in regards to hiring.
What about at an interview? Do you not have to go to an interview?
And because they say that they're hiring them because they're black? Hector, help, because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, that's what they do? I've never had that at an interview before. I never had them say, yep, you're hired, you're black.
Never.
Nobody's going to say that because that's not right.
Let's talk about Charlie Kirk, buddy. You're talking about the same man who said if he ever sees a black pilot, flying his plane that he is going to assume that he's not qualified.
Oh, he
Do
said.
you
I
agree with
hope-
that?
He said. He said. I hope he's qualified.
I hope he's
He was-
qualified.
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about that statement?
So if you get in an Uber driver, if you have an Uber driver, and they have like a big thick glasses on, are you gonna say, "I hope they can see good"? I
No.
hope they
I
can
know the
drive good?
motherfucker can see. He got on big glasses. What?
But I'm just trying to think of an example because
That's
it's
stupid.
really
I'm going to
I'm
help you
calling
out.
out now.
There isn't a
That's stupid.
single good example you can give to justify Charlie Kirk diminishing black excellence in the airline industry. Not one. We're already, 3%? A little less now, I believe, of airline pilots in the country. It's not a field we can easily get into. It costs a good bit of money to go to school, and then a lot of us are a little poor. And then the exceptions that do are exceptional candidates. But Charlie Kirk believes that DEIA is something that picks Jamal up off the street from selling D and puts him in a fucking plane and gives him everything he needs because America feels sorry for black people. And you subscribe to that
Like,
bullshit.
who is putting an unqualified person at the fucking helm of a 737 Boeing? Like, who's doing that?
How
Who is
long
doing that? That is
have Republicans screamed
stupid.
and cried about DEIA, and not one of them can provide a single fucking example of a black person or a woman or a disabled individual that got their job solely based off those unchangeable characteristics. However, I can name several fucking pale faces that got their goddamn jobs for existing. Nepotism is
Christy
a
Norm.
white problem.
Christy Norm. Peak Hegseth. Tom
We
Holland.
just went over earlier in the live, Brendan. I don't think you heard it. I got you. David
Donald
Richardson,
Trump.
the Trump-appointed administrator of FEMA, saying he didn't know the U.S. has hurricane seasons.
Ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way. But
So
he's so
please,
qualified, though. He qualified.
if you want to worry about merit-based employment, look no further than your race
Hey, y'all.
and men specifically that get their jobs based off the assumption that they're qualified.
Hey, y'all. I said Tom Holland. I meant Tom Holman, not Spider-Man. Not Zendaya's boyfriend. Oh yeah, Junior is definitely is definitely a nepo baby. That's definitely a nepo baby. That man has no qualifications to be the Health and Human Services Secretary, yet here we are. He doesn't even believe that autism is real, but that's another conversation. So Brendan, all right, because I like
Yes,
to have
ma'am.
questions answered. When you say something on this live right here, you do have to be able to like back it up, and you do have to be able to explain it. All right. You haven't done so yet. So I will ask you one more time. All right. Why would American Airlines have to lower their hiring standards for pilots simply because they want to hire more black pilots? Why? Tell me why.
Well, honestly, you might have changed my mind a bit. Honestly, I like to have conversations to change my mind. You know, like I don't know. I never got to talk to an African American and heard their side of it before. But
Did you say you have a bunch of black friends out here?
No,
Yeah.
he said that he tried some Nigerian food.
I said that I join a lot of lives and I like to listen to them talk, and they seem like they want to live in a merit-based society and stuff like that. But I think y'all did change my mind a bit about the DEI thing because it makes sense what y'all are saying.
I want you to seriously do something, Brendan. When you hear people talking about DEIA, I want you to ask them to give you an example of a black person who got hired solely based off the color of their skin. Take it even further. I don't think you know this, so I'm gonna put you on some game. It's DEIA, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Everyone leaves out the A. That applies to veterans and other individuals as well. Last I checked, this country is all of those things, so I don't even know why it's a big boogeyman to begin with. Secondly, DEIA is not a black thing. In fact, it's mostly benefited white women, 90% actually, if you look into the policy practices. Now, we can absolutely have a productive conversation about how since DEIA isn't a federal thing and many private institutions and companies implement their own version of it, there may be some issues with that company's specific DEIA policy, 6,000%. But DEIA as a whole is not what you think it is. It is no way, shape, or form equivalent to things like affirmative action. It isn't some bypass of qualifications because that's against the law. It's against the law to hire people with no qualifications. And you best believe that there was anyone who was going to be caught lacking. If that happened, it would be niggas.
Did you just say the N-word?
I'll do a lap. Drop me down.
No, you don't have to take a lap for that. But okay. Did you just say the N-word? Niggas. Okay. Oh, guys, if you want to do the thing, you have to send either a lover's lock, $20, or be a sub. Ty who? Ty who? Oh, Mr. Ty. Yay, Mr. Ty. Thank you for subbing for 6 months. Thank you. Appreciate you, Mr. Ty. Drop some hearts in the chat for Mr. Ty. Matter of fact, we haven't had this song in a long time. Let's go. All right, guys. Hey, if you want to be a love, by all means, I forgot. Click the star next to the chat bar and become a love. You get access to a monthly drop. So if you're not feeling the op, you can drop. Also, you can co-host for 10 minutes a month. And you get access to our amazing Discord where all the fun happens. It is quiet uptown, but I really, really like it there. I really, really do. And we rebranded. All right. So, guys, become a love. Click the star next to the chat bar. Thank you. And drop some hearts in the chat for my fave, Mr. Ty. Awesome. This has been very fun, by the way. Oh, I have some things to read off. Hold on one moment, Brendan. It's a lot to happen that's happening here. Okay. Shout out to Hector for the $10 because he said he'll never doubt me again. Hector, I always tell you to listen to me. Listen to me. I know what I know.
Listen to the 92%, Joe. I'm telling you. It'll bite you in the ass if you don't.
Listen to black women. I'm trying to told you. All right. So shout out to Hector. Also, shout out to let me see, make sure I can say your name. Shout out to Hope for the $1. Oh, she's supporting the grift. Hope said from a poor white woman over here. She's a public school teacher. Thank you so very much for teaching our babies. But she said I'm right. White folks do owe us. Yes, I do. Pay links in the bio. Drop some hearts in the chat for Hope. Phil sent $1 and Phil said he wants to know if American Airlines posted their plan on how to reach the 11%, or as you say, the 40%, Brendan. Typically, there is a plan to target highly qualified graduate programs to fulfill those types of goals. Also, goals can only be judged after they are met, not before. There's that.
Somebody said check Zelle.
On it. Oh, that is so cool. Thank you so much, King. Thank you. Yeah, but Brendan, go ahead, Hector. Thank you, guys. Y'all are awesome, by the way.
All I've been able to find is they donated $1.5 million to OBAP, which is the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. This is a program, resource grant and scholarships. OBAP, Luke Weathers Flight Academy, American Airlines extended job offers to 45 diverse aviators at OBAB's 46th annual conference. Is this where the 40 number came from?
Honestly, it came from watching Charlie Kirk talk about it, but
okay, God. Yeah, so they're working with an organization that specializes and prioritizes and uplifts Black airline pilots who are often left behind to get them in the workforce. There are still steps and qualifications that they have to meet, even more so through a third-party program. So they are even more qualified than everyone else. But I digress. Charlie Kirk said that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Do you agree with that, Brendan?
the Civil Rights Act was a mistake?
According
No,
to Charlie Kirk.
I don't.
I can
agree with
find the
that.
clip for you.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Jesse.
So
Hey.
do you see how it may be a little problematic to be listening to an individual who thinks that that act that gave Black people the comfortability, as threatened as it is, the comfortability that they have today, and other individuals as well? Do you think that may be a little bit of a red flag?
Yeah, I'm 24. I might be a little influenceable with stuff I see on TikTok, probably.
It
You want to know
happens.
something? And you want to know something else about Charlie Kirk? We know that he's a community college dropout. We know that much. However, he is fully supported by those who hold Ivy League degrees. And Charlie Kirk goes around campus to campus telling kids that, they shouldn't even be in college, that it's a waste of money, that it's a scam. Why are you okay with that, Brendan? Because why does he want to do the dumbing down of America?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay.
Charlie. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I just feel like, baby, you might just want to do some additional research when it comes to these things, and you can't just take everything that they say at face value.
Yeah.
But I know Hector wanted to say something too. Go ahead, Hector.
Yeah. His quotes were is specifically a huge mistake, and it is a permanent DEI type bureaucracy. I'm going to play a 58-second clip from him.
Created a beast, and that beast has now turned into an anti-white weapon. This topic would have been even more forbidden 4 or 5 years ago, but it's now becoming in more and more mainstream circles. Is that because the problem is becoming worse, or but our side is more courageous to confront it? Why does Kirk believe passing the Civil Rights Act was a mistake? Now, again, apparently they don't listen to the show because we do that at least once a week, right? Once a week we talk about why the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. The present reality, not the ideal, the reality of the Civil Rights Act and how it's being used is making it harder for us to pursue excellence as a society. Here's a fact. Since the Civil Rights Act passed, I think that it's fair to say any sort of racist sentiments that are in America have gone, at least individually amongst white people, towards Black people have gone away. What I'm trying to counter is the reason we talk about race so much is because we have a federal holiday to a guy that talked about race all the time.
I believe he's talking about Martin.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like he was kind of gaslighting a little bit and trying to turn the perspective, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how something that helped Black people not be considered 3/5 of a person can possibly be a mistake, but I digress.
Yeah, it's not.
Hey, I want to shout out Sky because I love her. Sky, thank you so much for the 20 on PayPal. I appreciate you, babes. Sky said for dealing with these Trump voters because ain't no way they are for real. I'm just tired. I totally understand. She wasn't talking about you, Brendan. She probably was talking about like Slayer or something. She wasn't talking about you. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. But thank you
Maybe
so much,
about me.
Sky. Drop some hearts in the chat. All right, guys. We are $78 away from our daily donation goal. All right. I think I am about to wrap it up soon because I want to go somewhere before they close because I want something and I'm not going to say what it is because I don't feel like dealing with racism. All right. So there's that. So, yeah. But guys, thank you so very much. For the love, the support, the encouragement, and the engagement. All right. Definitely show love to Hector. He has put in some work tonight. He has put in that work, working hard. Hey, Hector, who's the man? You the man. Strong, healthy,
Gonna say
black
Obama,
man.
but amen.
I gotta sing you the damn clip. All right. Oh, hey, if you're gonna pray for me, can you pray that he is tall, dark skinned, generous,
Makes 7 figures.
has disposable income, generous. I like looking at him, and what else? Oh, that he's a rational, and I like pragmatic men. You got to be
Amen.
pragmatic because I can't deal with no sensitivities. All right.
I don't want to hear about your mixtape that's gonna blow up one day.
Exactly. Like, be stable, my guy. Yes, emotionally intelligent and mature. You know, like your mom, love your mom. You love your mom, but actually like your mom. You know, have good relationships with your family. Guys, we can go on all night here, but if you pray for me, you will not pray that he's conservative. Don't you put that type of energy on me. Slayer, if you're not going to do it right, then don't do it at all. I don't need your prayers. So Morris Chestnut is that man's married. All right. Brandon.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Can you just do this for us here, please? It may be easier said than done, but just moving forward, research.
I will do that.
Don't take shit. Don't excuse my English. Don't take shit they say at face value. Don't take anything that Hector and I say at face value, or any of the lies that you see. Fact check everyone. Be inquisitive. You're going for a psychology degree, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, baby, you gotta ask all the questions. You're gonna have to ask them.
Every single one.
Yeah. So be inquisitive, stay curious, do your own research, and use verified sources. I think the ability to critically think is one of our greatest gifts. Hone that skill and use it.
And absolutely stop fucking watching Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, no.
There are very few people that I would say ever actually make some sense, and Charlie
Bad.
Kirk is not one of them. I'd rather you watch Joe Rogan, and I hate him too.
Yeah, but Charlie Kirk bad.
Before I go, I want to say I appreciate what y'all do, because once America stops talking, that's when the country goes into a major decline.
That is true. I agree with you.
And I'm not gonna say I'm a hard Republican, because I don't like a lot of stuff like what they're doing with the books right now. How they're trying to get rid of a lot of the books in the libraries and schools. I really don't agree with that at all, because that's what a certain person in Germany did. That was the first thing he did. And I really don't agree with that at all. But I appreciate y'all, and I gotta go to sleep, honestly, but I do appreciate y'all.
Of course. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great night, love.
Coming up.
All right. Awesome.
Anyone who quotes Malcolm X better be ready to come up on this panel and explain it. Otherwise, shut the hell up.
I love when they quote Malcolm, though. They always get it wrong. And they always leave out the other part of the quote. Actually, the preceding part, because he talked about conservatives first. So, yeah.
You know, they be using Malcolm X to talk about how they're not participating in the system, and they completely forget the ballot and the bullet speech in 1965.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. It's great.
Didn't happen.
You say did it happen?
Just like Harriet wasn't real. The fuck?
I'm sick of you.
Harriet wasn't real.
I'm done with y'all, bro.
Hey, Samantha, thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate you, love. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Samantha. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Guys, who's going to knock out this $58? Who is going to knock out? Oh, also shout out to Daniel for the 5. I included it here. Shout out to Daniel for the 5 on Zelle. I appreciate you, love. Drop some hearts in the chat for Daniel, too. All right, Hector, you have any to read off? I don't like this. I want you to be able to read off some.
No, I don't. It's fine. Like I said, the best ways to support me, feel free to send me money for my ashwagandha fund if you want to.
Ashwagandha.
And if you want to find a way to support me and support yourself, Make 2 + 2 = 4 again is live on the not the TikTok shop. I'm working on that one. On my shop in the link tree in my bio. We have the hats, we got the hoodies, we got the t-shirts, we got tank tops, hoodie, everything. And then there's also the 10 commandments, as I also had up on my background. I will switch it back to that. This is something that I did for a giveaway a couple months back, and it stuck so well that I decided to put it on the shop. And they read as follows: defy God, deny reality, curb dissent, shun empathy, reject climate change, suppress freedom, worship whiteness, disparage foreign allies, violate the Constitution, and enable fascism. This is a shirt that I'm currently wearing right now, and I also have it in white, which is actually my fucking favorite. You have the print on the front, and then on the shoulder, you have the badge. make 2 + 2 = 4 again. So if you want to support me and get something nice for yourself or your family members, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you're a subscriber of my platform, you get between 10 to 15% off. And for the entire month of it's June, right?
It's
June, there is also a Pride Month discount. You message me for the code and you'll get 15% off your entire order and an additional free shipping if it's over $75. I'm done. I appreciate all of you.
Awesome. I'm gonna get something from this shop.
W.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
That's what I forgot to mention. I may pick somebody at random from my gifters to give something.
Support
I haven't
Black-owned
decided yet.
businesses, y'all. Support
Black-owned
Black-owned
businesses. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, I guess so, guys.
And the rainbow ones too.
That
this
part
month.
too.
Thank
Oh,
you,
most definitely.
Samantha, for the $10 on Venmo with the rainbow hearts. I appreciate you, Samantha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Drop some hearts in the
With my
chat
hairline
again for
restoration.
Samantha. You usually say hairline restoration.
I truly believe I would have had more if I didn't start debating on TikTok. I swear to God.
That is hilarious. All right, I think I want to do 2 things. All right, let me see here because I might be about to close it out, but I want to see something if I could share a picture from the concert.
Ooh, Kendrick.
Oh, it's just a picture of me. All right.
I just want to show off real quick.
Oh yeah, most definitely. All right, I said I'm gonna put that one on the dating profile.
Oh,
I'm putting that on the dating profile. Watch me work. I made myself bigger. I didn't want to do that. I can't make the picture bigger. But yeah, I'm putting that
She
one.
got the flat top on, y'all.
Yeah, I got a darker blue cap, and I was like, go me. I was cute. Yeah, I did have the black Kendrick shirt, the one that they sell on TikTok with like the tapes and stuff, but it was way too big, so I was like, I can't wear that. So I just wore it like halfway on, but then I just ended up taking it off. So there's that, and I don't know we can't share video.
Skin moisturized, cheesing and shit.
Always.
Always.
All right. Okay. So all the other photos that I took are gonna be on the are gonna be in my messages because I was using my aunt's phone. Okay, let's see here. Also, I'm putting this one on the dating profile too.
No Diddy, Kimbo. No Diddy.
Look. Tell me.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. Hold
That's
on.
going on the dating profile. Yeah, that's going in the dating bio. Oh, sorry, Mike. Me and my shoulder met the mic. That is going on the dating profile. It is. That's going to be the one. That is the one.
They offer to start looking for you on all the apps.
Jesse said men aren't worth it though. I mean, that's fair, but still, here we are. Here we are. All right. But yeah. And so I'm going to drop some video. I already dropped Luther in the music channel for Chris earlier, but I'll drop some more. This is like basically for people who aren't going to the concert because like I was so convinced that he wasn't going to perform this one particular song because of another artist. But yeah, so I don't want to ruin it for anyone who is going to the concert. So yeah. And CT, I saw. Thank you so much for subbing, babes. Thank you so very much. Please join the Discord. Please.
W to CT. Hey y'all, get up in the Discord. I'm in there and it's cool, it's calm, it's collected. Yes. We just be chilling. Just be chilling. Just there to chill. So join the Discord in there. I wanna like mod people, okay? So just join the Discord.
That's fair. That is fair. Seriously, join the Discord. Join it. Come, it's fun. I promise. Sorta. All right. Anywho,
you know everybody's contentious in every other space. It's free of all of that.
It's like
all of it.
It is. And I would not have it any other way. I'm so very serious about that. I can't deal. I can't take another one. So yeah, guys. Thank you so much, Hector, for being here. Adrian, thank you so much for the $10 for reparations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Guys, oh my God, we're only $48 away from goal. All right, I know there's a white man that is
We right
watching
there,
right
y'all.
now.
We right there, y'all. Come on now.
There is a white man that is watching right now.
I know y'all sitting there looking at Erica, oiled up with the big glasses,
My
admiring the shirt,
windows.
having
My
all kinds of
windows.
thoughts. You're thinking of all the ways that you can alleviate your white guilt. It's right there.
It's right
It's
there.
right there. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That is how you do it, guys.
I'm gonna make it even worse for y'all.
Oh my god.
I'm a black guy. I'm out here paying reparations to a black woman.
I
Do
know
your
that's
part,
right.
bro.
Well, I mean,
Do your
black
part,
men
bro.
do kind of owe. I guess we can look at more pictures. Okay, so let's see. I can't show my friends because I don't have their
I'm
consent.
sorry I'm like this. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate you so much. All right, so I can't show my friends because I don't have their consent. I don't know if you guys can really see this one, but this is Thursday before I went to Vegas. We went out and celebrated, so that was fun. Hector, it's in the Discord. You just gotta find it.
Is it in this? Oh shit. Okay.
It is. And then there's this one. All right, I'm gonna put my
See,
titties
another
away
reason
one
to
day.
join the Discord, y'all.
I'm gonna put my titties away one day. I swear I will. But yeah, that was. I like that dress a lot though. It was like it has pockets. It has
Hey,
pockets.
anything with pockets is a W.
Right? It has pockets. So there's that.
You know
Okay.
when I started to realize that women are oppressed in this country?
When
Or one of the stupid ways I realized that I should have figured out
Uh-huh.
everything else when I was younger. My first girlfriend, we got to having a conversation and she got to talking about pockets and the lack of pockets on women's clothing. And I was just like, that sounded foreign to me, right? Because men's clothes are just loaded with pockets. They got whole fucking pants with several pockets.
Yeah.
And every morning when she was getting ready to go to work and she would pick out an outfit before she hopped in the shower, I would check out the outfit for pockets. And 70% of the time, no pockets.
Yeah.
And then I realized, shit, patriarchy is real. Misogyny is real. Because
It
why
is.
can't women have some comfort? Why can't women hold their shit?
Exactly.
The simplest way to get across to like the dumbest of men on how misogyny and the patriarchy is so real is that women don't get pockets.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
But they're
pay
in
close
cahoots.
attention to the shit.
The pocket, the denim people and the darn gone purse people are in cahoots with each other. It's a reason for us to buy more purses. I really hate it though. And then
That's
like when
what it is.
when they do have pockets, they aren't deep. They aren't deep pockets. They're
It's
like
like
so
a
shallow.
pocket's like
like a
this. You should
slit.
fit a dollar bill in it. That's
Yeah.
it.
It's so annoying. I hate it. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, this doesn't have pockets. Okay, I guess.
Crazy.
Okay. But yeah, so there's that. Is Malik said, is Jaden still here? I don't know.
Jaden's been Jaden had that man worked up.
Whew. He had him
Oh,
in a
that was great.
tizzy.
I love
He had him
Jaden.
in a tizzy. That shit was funny. That was a good time. Rainbow derangement. And remember, Hector, you have to clip it and you got to tag me.
I'll tell you what time is it?
Shauna, no. Shauna said, I love this energy right here. Energy. Shauna closed out our daily donation goal. All right.
Amen.
I'm about to get excited in just a moment, I promise. But Shauna said, you don't need a white man. You got me. Ow! And do. I love it. Thank you so much, Shauna. You're the best. Drop some hearts in the chat for Shauna. That is awesome. That is absolutely.
Bless
Thank
you,
so
Shauna.
much. Thank you, Shauna. You get on the sticker.
White men failing again.
I know, right? They never come through. Even my tit tat. Oh, tit tack. I'm tired. Even my tit talk sugar daddy acting up.
I seen him here earlier.
I know, right? He was acting up. He ain't even acting right. Good grief. It don't make no sense.
Them tariffs getting everybody.
I know. Everybody. You heard the newest one is a 50% tariff on steel that he's threatening. He's so stupid. He's so dumb. I'm tired of him.
And we just had the Nippon steel deal blocked. So I'm like, what
are you doing? It's not bringing anything back. You tried it at 25%. You think 50% is going to help anybody? No, no one gives a fuck. He's like the guy that cried wolf. Is it the boy? It's the boy that cried wolf. No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares anymore. Like, whatever. in the EU, we're gonna end up with some effed up deal that's gonna end up, kicking us in the behind. Where we're
And
gonna
then they're
end up
gonna blame
paying
it on
more.
the next Democratic administration.
Exactly.
All they're gonna do.
Exactly. Exactly. I swear. All right, guys. All right. Please, please, please check out Hector's pay links and go show him some love over there and buy something. Buy the awesome hats, buy his awesome shirts. I'm about to go cop something. Shout out to Shauna for the
Hey.
support and for the love. I appreciate you so much, baby girl. You just don't know. All right. Also, shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the viewers, everyone who gifted, everyone who donated. Thank you so very much for all your love, your support, your encouragement, and engagement. I be forcing Hector to do this because I'm trying to see something, and Hector knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to see Hector. This is good.
I mean,
This is good.
if this was evidence of anything, it's a go.
It's,
So
it's good. We're
it's a
doing
go.
okay. All right. So this is good. All right. But yes, guys, thank you so very much. Hector, do you want to say anything to the people?
Yes. Seriously, guys, I want to make sure that we are uplifting and prioritizing and giving a special kind of care and consideration to the LGBTQ community this month, specifically trans individuals. They are going through it, like real talk. This battery's getting low.
I'm about to say, what's her name?
Administration.
This is too much fun.
My damn bad.
He's so easy.
It really is. Also, why not tap in? At least tap before we end. This administration has gone out of the way, even if they're coddling the L, the G, the B, the B, the T. Trans people are going through it right now, and they're not stopping going after them. I uploaded a video today about something that not a lot of people know, and it's very serious. It's very serious. So I seriously want to, like, if you know someone who is trans, please reach out to them. Let them know that they're okay. Show them that you love and support them. If Manda is here, I don't have the link in the link tree in my bio. I will find it. There is an organization that you can sign up for to send trans people postcards to help motivate them, to let them know that you're, I was about to say watching. That's weird. That you're, you have them in your thoughts and that you care. And little things like that can do wonders for someone who may be alone, or feel alone in the world right now. So I believe the link is in Manda's bio. Mando, can you confirm that? I know you were doing the cards for trans people. If it's not in the link, just message them. Get in contact with them. It's a great resource. Please do, and any other way that you possibly can, show your support for them. I need to do the next thing. I have crayons and shit in here too.
I'm gonna forward
postcards.
it from your Discord into mine, into community activism, so people will be able to do it. So guys,
Perfect.
please, if you're not a part of Hector's Discord, but you are a part of mine, it'll be in the community activism page, channel, I should say. So that's awesome. A postcard?
Yes.
I can do that.
Yes. And if you're not in my community, feel free to do so. Join there, and that is all the support that you're going to need. The only reason why I bully anyone is if they hate on coconuts or if they're communists, but we still love everyone there. That's all from me.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Hector, for joining tonight. I appreciate you, bro.
This was good shit. Appreciate you.
I know, right? All right, go get that food we talked about.
I'm about to. I'm gonna find something. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Awesome. Awesome, guys. We are gonna go say hi to Santana. We're gonna go say hi to Santana. All right, Sky. That you don't have to remind me tonight. I want to say thank you so much to Twitch and to YouTube for being here tonight. Y'all are friggin' fantastic. Thank you for the love, the support, and the generosity, the kindness, the encouragement, the engagement, just everything. All right, everything. Guys, I'll be perfectly honest with y'all. Sometimes I be like, I don't want to do this shit. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do it. And I always I believe in God. Don't tell Slayer. But I do believe in God. And I just talk to Jehovah and I say sometimes God, please show me that, that this is something that I should be doing. And then I click that go live button and I'm shown that this is something that I should be doing. Because there's always that one conversation where it feels like a mind is being changed and someone is listening, and then also the audience, you, the chat, the viewers. I know that you are taking in the information, you're looking into it yourselves. So I really like this, and I'm really trying to figure out a way if I can just get, thank you, Hector. If I can get my mind to calm down, I promise y'all, I'm seeing the lady, okay? And she told me to do the ADHD screening. But if I can get my mind to calm down and actually map out a plan, I'm trying to figure out how to get more involved in community activism and also political activism. And I still want to do the water drive. It's just that I don't have the time. But I feel like it's selfish to say I don't have the time. So I have to figure that part out too. I have a lot of stuff to figure out, guys. Remember, I'm a one-woman team here. And so please allow me some time. Just give me some time. But guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end it here on Twitch and YouTube. I appreciate